Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Well, Mimindako assign ababetu yembium abononson nonkuno apahosima and son pepe Kessben television Kessben 93.3 Kessben 92.9 Accra nafe mo monitor program live o DSTV channel 364 Go TV channel 121 Emraso ene Miminda ifri dwada bepem ne Miminda na yimu akase no de yentimi anwie any the amount for person science subium no yede mu nsam no yede ebremo na fe weekend activities ahodo be koso e wo miamia ahodo pi wiase fa na nyina ye be transfer memenda na yede ebremo leaks no be koso e wo title 5 major leaks no na emu nsensem matches ben na say a weekend di wadwen e yo se e wo soro pa amanfo attention be koso pa nani ochina enyasem kitwa kra ahyase nra na bi bekoso nyame yadmo china enso ebi ebekoso Tony Montana de ebeko ni nyina na face stories ewo amano ni nyina no we yefro ntentem de ama yen sanso na yebeba Africa na yebehwe matches ekoso CAF Champions League CAF Confederation Cup matches ni nyina no ekoso enra enne ebi besan akoso nyame yadmo china asan atoaso enra na nyasem kitwa kra ewo Nigeria RS Bekani etwa Rivers United ekosi omo kamienu ma omo eti mu baako Rivers United elidia ye pon wia nisa na 90 plus 7 minutes na RS Bekani ti omo ka man ye 1-1 afi 90 plus 9 minutes RS Bekani sign a second goal. Emma Rivers United elusu match no ewo Nigeria. Interesting parents bebre ekoso sanso and Mamelodi Sundowns etwa eye MC Algiers eno mokoko atipenko bi antima for ball Anthony Nyonko atenem se the matches no call yi na wa Mohammed Babe Trase na odi emu stories no abrain plus other African stories ni na no bobo no de abrain na fi ya bo maimu na ya behwe ansem pi course free dwada bepem na Miminda no de yen na we interest room fa o message no fa 0551599933 0551599933 eho na magi messages no enyina Tony Montana e kan nsam na wo asem bia wo ho a na ode aba weekendi matches ebekoso din and na Miminda Heart of Oak and a Vision FC at the bedtime so din University of Ghana almost stadium honum a hona samachi 4 p.m. pepe na samachi no baso matches no esosopa Asante Kotoko ni Midiema Swedro All Blacks Betrefia Young Apostles Basake Holy Stars of the Nations FC Gold Stars Ebetrefia actually Diana another big game Bechem United Omsoni Ho United and a day better so Brekum Chelsea and a Summertex and so the better so the day a Golden City Park no so Heart of Lions and a Karela Nafi Nyami Admo Juada 11 Wonders Omni Dreams and a day a better so 11 Wonders a com had you Tony had you
and when I'm take o J support e will make show no so kick off also abebo home pem akwako fa adwuma na de na wara
so that in the cover the first right
and ojatu
odwane kra J support
okokra wan kra
after 3 months and 3 weeks and say
one check kra
okokra o se come Kola say 3 days no money
Kessben nso adwane
ade na tintina so ye premier na mentiasi o
areho
ene omo an koto e friend say omo an Legon cities
start with flashy cars they artists akese Shatawale wandi shemo ye bo game on e beto nwom wase
we do no efe no say eso omo ye interested wana
so no
be am report ma omo
so Mr. Kasafa ho nti o say efe fo no so ya we
Minister Kasafa na teams ni ebo 10 kra na mbetimi after players here enye better
amoho ahen han omo
what is this Legon cities ne kankwa e ka what the players ne kan man to no muntu yomuka mo an masa koto 11 wonders
problems
comedy players no na force tintina is we Ghana Premier League
very unfortunate
mo fani me mobodo o masem na mobo papa na okoso team we mu ade na betimi yayi yenhwe the hun sem bepie wo ho asem bia mpa twa wotimi de ba na wo kire wadwen wo ho na fi ye de no so hun sem etu edwa 11 wonders CC kom papa enya sem ketu 0551599933 Tony
Godfather
na yentiwe
me da CP ye metie for ene ahefo akwa abane to fan ye hwen sam a e cross onkofo cross ye ko UK e ho ana eno diaspora wey AFCON trophy tono etoaso next ebe Paris na atoaso eko Tokyo Japan enra UK na enye izikra mo showcase AFCON trophy no omo bodera mobia aya west tournament no boss December year na akwakowie January enra a lot of African players ne piemu e wase former Kenya Harambee Stars omo captain Victor Wanyama o joine Alexander Song ene Alex Iwobi na enra program no etimi ekọ so na yanga say Stone Boy boy okotonyem e wase before the show no one Alex Iwobi formerly of Arsenal so ball Emma Fulham and Stone Boy any ni share ye edin komo opportunity buy Emma Stone Boy what J audience no or entertain you ye pa mommy ehwe timer na Stone Boy otonyom Eje Premier League ni through Champions League no the Gunners omo modern pa na omo enje double
confident for Arsenal. The way I'm seeing them play the beginning of the season, you know, the way how they play in the back, they play in the front, they're doing very well. The balance is perfect. Arteta doing very good job, and the players they are there, they are listening what he's saying. I'm thinking for me, Arsenal is the year for Arsenal. Arsenal is the best team in Europe. It's not stronger, but it's the best team in Europe at the moment. I think Champions League is very important, but for me, Premier League is important as well. But Champions League is different way. I will take Champions League for me. I will take Champions League, but not forget the Premier League as well. Both is fantastic.
League no extremely important. Alex Song say Arsenal for your double and your Champions League and for Premier League no and so also currently Arsenal any the best club in Europe. On any adwene and I say on any bit differ kakra Alex Song and yet in Canada so Africa yeah. I mean France also say Morocco the Atlas Lions so when they host to AFCON no captain Ashraf Hakimi Okopraye PSG and Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Now Okopraye say Hakimi in rehabilitation no every day or the 6 hours and a year ninja no so person or recover fast na AFCON no obebo even group phase no be mesia e do not cut face na anya hwekura no quarter finals semi-finals na finals there obepe so be sia kan bi e de ama Morocco na bra host and win no mo hwe say and so ebetim aye adwuma Alan Pardew a former Premier League coach and what jump into the defense of Liverpool Omowenga Mo Salah Obia fire Mo Salah Jamie Carragher Bonachi also Salah ho den kwa no ontimi player confidence eba forma up to the colleagues so metimi aboa ama ne form no abasro coach Alan Pardew Kasai.
Well, I think it's difficult to sort of criticise one individual when you have definitely got a team structure there that's not working. And those stats you see are somewhat warped by the fact that the team's not playing well.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could look at his individual stats, but you could look at the team stats and say, well, how is he meant to get, you know, an XG of 8, for example? So I think he's just part of the problem, part of the conviction. I think teams are very wary of him. They're doubling up on him all the time. It's very difficult for him to have any kind of room.
Oposi henunti omo yire ne pampe enya ono nkwa na betimi de so bo na bono se ono hwie nti na Liverpool team ni ehwie obi a embra on board na omo empeja Liverpool team ne nkosoro Alan Pardew former Premier League coach no ana yete ne nka yenko Brazil eno a Neymar da Silva Junior waye na ade ne bio doctors warning no say match we onye fit mema ne mbo nenso Neymar ko boye ema okoshe goal Santos eto so e share 3 say die omo abeda 15th won Brazil league no omo 41 points still na no omo enye safe nemom enro a omo enya win first goal no Neymar na share said that we our Kessben television so Neymar asanso aka say omo next game a omo any Juventus ebebo on Wednesday no physically you're very fit some match no obetimi abo enra omo yi ne free mu oba nche no or the eyes eto ne kotodwe no so oye ne ho adwuma ose Wednesday obesan so aginemu abo eri ama Santos omo club no yenko Birmingham ne omo ene St. Pauli but before the game no Birmingham ebeye special presentation eri ama Kingsley Coman say Kingsley Coman or Saudi Arabia obo ema Al Nassr ofri Birmingham no na emre no too short nti omo anshada enja no kwan ene na me ceremony ketwa bi eri adonase ena Kingsley Coman edit to do as a Birmingham supporters in the forever omo ebe wana kompa because Birmingham as a club no omo abwa ni ye papa only Hoynes honorary president of Birmingham say Nico Schlotterbeck no obo Emma Dortmund omo ni abrepa say omo nya na omo pe omo started din achi no na anya nempo ne on se sia wa join Dortmund no omo ebe person be fa no previously na or Freiburg na komo hwe so menya no na ole join Dortmund still na no and say Birmingham ebe hwe say omo between afa Nico Schlotterbeck no obesina kan ede amomon Jose Mourinho said or did Paulo Dybala Jr. Every Roma na on joining no El Portuguese League no say Jose on the ball no call Roma o free hono still na no Paulo Dybala eda so e Roma nemom Jose Bessa say Benfica na there or dey Dybala and so about Benfica omo a football club no mu Nuno Mendes and a PSG gamer omo and Monaco airborne and am so prior in the Champions League against Tottenham match way ono and so entimi embo Ashraf Hakimi ay root out Desire Doué Renato Marin omo nyina no ay unavailable PSG and Monaco match no ntimi embo Luis Enrique say a good news Sir Paul Pogba wa returning Pogba ebebo ede etia Paris Saint-Germain no more Luis Enrique manager Emma PSG or say energy sample say after 2 years na Pogba entimi ensiakan just last week otimi be key na return against Rennes and then oba face to face against PSG there nanso refreshing is Paul Pogba astatia osi akambium Christian Pulisic on also akwakopra na game an baso AC Milan and Lazio ontimi embo last week Milan derby on the share goal man AC Milan for a winning some match no okopra this weekend Milan game no ono enso entimi embo NS Nuyama Ghanaian player no asafoni boy no ono so e prache ye papa ono so eye ne ho adwuma dendende medical team no working on him na boy no so gym work said them over our Kessben television so no so any abre say World Cup no obetimi started training no abo Eddie Amalion said be coach Otto Addo and so ebetimi atonsa Eddie Alfredo ye Ghanaian players sorry Eddie mame enko Spain Coach Otto Addo Black Stars coach no enra na our the city of Madrid okosra Kwasi Zibo a crow from boy or no a boy and up Ghana Black Stars now send the Real Oviedo one said that any game to be because of the contractor club not a press said a payer obet me standity enra coach Otto Addo or Kwasi Zibo in chain then you could drink our hotel and our Kessben television so and there one sitat or Metropolitano Stadium hono and so ebetimi aba na aba behwe Kwasi Zibo say ono so ejam esiakan after ne one coach of Oviedo Beshia na a meeting how boy no ebenya more playing time because Ghana one of your top performers free say or Johnny Black Stars Ekoye Panti Otto Addo and then Real Oviedo manager no enso Beshia after and then you Oviedo game man ni Atletico Madrid and so Eddie Ebeta so yengura mu ewo Ronaldinho Gaucho bo rakasa or say dribbling there oyi Messi ayi Neymar next player na o feeling the power Eden Hazard. Or say Hazard efa baller won't me enje na on my boy yefe na on my bone so kono Messi beba first Neymar beba after mumienu no na Odin Eden Hazard and so out to 3 and then you FC Barcelona and Deportivo Alaves ebebo game no eba so the new Spotify camp now Barca for ebe rectitifo camp now omo 126th anniversary omo enso celebrity Hansi Flick akasa o say Lamine Yamal also so much Chelsea game na omo so tire no ni kwa so man hye so dodo on to sa rehwo ni bingu na enne against Alaves one step up in the game wey any sama Hansi Flick edituja.
I was also a player and maybe sometimes I was not the right reaction I showed, but at the end it's like that and it's emotional. And for me, Kukurea is one of the best left back in the world, so it's not easy to play him. He's very smart, very intelligent in the defense. So, but for me, it must be now.
No. Marco Cuera, or you're very intelligent, or you're smart. Na enye easy so be fan so. Lamine emfa sa game na one who no. What found to and then another opportunity. Barca, Asia Deportivo Alaves. Rivaldo, a former world best player. Na obo Emma Barcelona was see a kind of other teams. Or say the entire Lamine Yamal. Also against Chelsea and say manager no Eric stretching to the right. No the Cuera and Chelsea match. Enko you know na wasenko osesa na nko benkuma faso kakra na waben finfin kakra na playmaker role no obo as we the manager na man dani faso too much abibia nso akwa na ontimi Kukuyera osenga coach no timi sesa ne nsa e ma ne ko enchen kakra call left for kakra na waban finfin kakra we ene futu a Rivaldo and so Eddie Emma Hansi Flick one Laporta so Hansi Flick Eddie Nkomo na nkugo na mkodi wa Chelsea manager no Eddie atu na chikra and all focus on any game omo any Alaves omo airborne obi no sa call for support for Ronald and Araujo injured and Deportivo Alaves any Barca captain on team M1 and saying we used to nam we pa Barca bono kujina ma enkoye either so be red and na obeye silly error na Barca for consider one Laporta I call for support for the boy. No, we are not to just say, remember the motive, no, don't you know cry. Among influence now, among a publisher referees. Errors, a very shameful Sunday manner. Mad the motive in here, and call you, we are not to just say, the entire mother for some sake, have your tebas, and say, almost some you know, now among us some own man, a bobia, almost me a control, say, have your tebas, no, almost me and control, nunti. And I'm at the phone, and so yes, sir. Name of the small junior at your foot, I'm a Vinicius, say, baby, any Madrid, or no, or Barca, no Senko stay, or I am from so now, or Johnny Paris Saint Germain. You can say Vinicius, the same era, or no name a to himself, or I am from so, or free Barca, Savini, Pesa, or Rising Bima. You can say, or change club, on stay. Ewa Madrid way and your footwa Nema Eddie Ama Vini Junior Yan Twaso and Kwa big one Airbus in the Premier League Chelsea and Arsenal Ebe Bo Ochina 4:30 in the Premier League Malo Gasto wabon game number 100 Eddie Ama Chelsea and other our training grounds Omo ye bibi ana Malo Gasto.
Thank you, everyone.
And again.
Flag match 100 and signifies 100 games at the amateur Chelsea. Cole Palmer available. And so Mariska confirm Sampa and ne Cole Palmer between him Ochina or available for Arsenal gamer or more at a thousand.
Is happy. Everyone is happy. The teammates, they're happy. We are all happy. And the most important thing is that Cole is happy because at the end, football player, they want to, play games and...
Noni Madueke ball against the former club of Chelsea, never Arsenal. Mikel Arteta say, "Oh, you're so much happy with performance now." Or the Emma the Gunners and Chebiano. Watching a game no Basso. Even last Wednesday in the Champions League, Noni Madueke said, "Born a day on Mumbopa."
Well, I'm very pleased with him since the day that I came. His attitude, the energy that he's brought to the team. Another kind of threat, his capacity to play right and left and and his skill set is different to what we had. And we saw again that
Roberto
on
Di
when
Matteo and the Chelsea at the Champions League or say Chelsea watching attack what they are no bad in pass Copa Madaha now William Estavao Daho dia any asem ebesi how two players no bet me across a lot of problems our Arsenal or mom and so a defense Chris Sutton or yeah and Santroni says a retired footballer or say Premier League need almost a Chelsea for ebe Jeffrey Arsenal for some I had Arsenal for and an EPL wing omo and so ebe Ruben Amorim say no excuse. Man United numerical advantage. Omo lusuye 10 against 11. Everton now omadi running po ebe share omo. No excuse against Crystal Palace. The players no and try. Now United enya win. Anna slot. Say Liverpool Elton Luis Diaz Dinyano. Na enya ni yem. Okaseti aye. Now say Liverpool as a club take a decision. Say Luis Diaz ebe ko 30 manager ni pa. Say Liverpool saki coach na. Just omutua 11 million euros ansana omon asake Anna slot. Dortmund coach Nico Kovac say Chelsea boy na obolon ediamomo and Selimano no oni baby akọ ni 1 year loan no there obetwa January omontia say Emma Chelsea and recall it omo a player no Elliot Anderson ono ebo ema Newcastle United na Man City for nya bre pass omunya na omo enso epe Joao Felix say na obenya nkobe joane ni Chrome Club Benfica na so empanifo ni kokwasa sa omo na anye ha ma ojoane Al-Nassr e wo Saudi omo enso a league no yanko games are so in the Premier League and then any ochina games are so no Brentford any Burnley Man City Leeds United Sunderland Asia Bournemouth Tottenham Fulham ochina Crystal Palace any Man United Aston Villa Wolverhampton Wanderers Nottingham Forest Brighton West Ham Liverpool na for Chelsea any Arsenal and so abo ye call La Liga and now Spain Getafe Shebakwa Elche Antimi Anti and Mallorca Espanyol Barca any Alaves Levante Bilbao Atletico any Oviedo Sociedad Villarreal Sevilla Betis Celta Vigo ni Espanyol na Girona any Real Madrid and so abo ye call Germany and Mönchengladbach any Leipzig goalless draw games are Boston Bayern Munich and St. Pauli Leverkusen and Dortmund Hamburg and Stuttgart Frankfurt Wolves Wolfsburg and Freiburg and Mainz in Italy and Como Menua Sassuolo and Ante and then Yebenya Lecce and Torino Pisa Inter Atalanta and Fiorentina Napoli any Roma Eyochina Juve Cagliari na AC Milan and so any Lazio and so any Atata Soa enye asem ketwa kwa French Ligue 1 Stade Brestois any Strasbourg and get Ebetren Len Le Havre any Lille Lorraine any Nice na Lyon any Nantes and so any Ataso Monaco PSG Paris FC ni Auxerre na Marseille any Toulouse and so abo games are so nkofo close eno no award adaroma ma me nyina we so na nkofo close so nsem no
okay
fancy
Tony Montana
Godfather.
All right the odi abrayan weekendi and so no there now the bad afa foreign source na Tony Montana de buy no 0551599933 for message ebra na yankinkan tientiem emfa mobile for ba transfer nchekra na fi ya foreign source no enso emu kakra but before that yebeko na yakofa nkrato kakra edi a free papa na say spiritually o say debeyo ono na obetimi ayefo adwuma tentem edi amaye no amegashi doctor
Come kana odi djuma pa ha o Dr. Aje abasobode bebre di firi framantam mu ade abepie asantema mu wo se ahaban kasa wote fa woyade bia bra Dr. Amagashi ho na onte ne te emfama ho empadi force se wo yare na se wan fe wo se a obi enhu mobo yade ben na yetete wo yade ben na ni wudi asie bra Dr. Amagashi ho na onte yade no te emfama ho eye stroke diabetes hepatitis akwada ne kokobo apie anase oba moje etu no opa wo hepatitis B so oyade pa na kidney problem all better ne te ɛdeɛn na wohia anaasɛ ɛdeɛn yadeɛ na ɛtete wɔ a aka wahye ɛhia wangu tutumirika na bra Dr. Apostle Amagashi asoyɛ na yadeɛ bɛdwane koraa ɛmpanifoɔ se yɛnkɔte adurommerɛ a ɛnoa ne ahaban so yɛte no owuram Dr. Amagashi ɔmfa ahaban ne ɛnka wo kɛkɛ na mmom no ɔbɔ mpaeɛ kyerɛ otwie da mpa Nyankopɔn totrobo so Kwame Basayi adom sɛ ɔmfa adom ne ayaresa mmra na wɔde ahaban ne ka wa amunum hɔ ana hɔ yɛ wo dene Dr. Amagashi so nim sunsum mu nneɛma wɔbɛtra ase ahwehwɛ wachi baabi ayadeɛ no firi a ɛbaeɛ na wɔde ahaban na ka wa ma wate apɔ wɔyɛ champion Dr. ni bia wɔde ahabanduro anaasɛ wɔde nubra ɛyɛ adwuma deɛ sɛ ɛbere ne so kɛse a Amagashi na wodwane bɛte wa no ɛfiri tete ɔdomako abɔ adeɛ na yɛde adom akyɛdeɛ yi ɛma Dr. Amagashi a ɔde adi dwuma abɛsi ndɛ Amagashi wɔyɛ champion doctor kɛkɛ fa wo yadeɛ ɛbra na woduru hɔ mpo a yadeɛ no 40% kura timi yira ansa kura no wahu doctor sɛ wowɔ enkrama mu a ɛnha ho makuma se kura ɛno ane sɛ wobɛkɔ Kasua Prison Junction ana wɔta kura de a Apawan Kejebri Government Hospital Kumasi nso bra Magazi Macro Police House ɛhɔ ana Dr. Amagashi asoyɛ wɔ Tachima so ɔwɔ Hansa Brigade ana Bogo so Power Line ɛhɔ ana wobɛhu Dr. Amagashi gye number yɛ da frɛ Dr. Sesi a ɛwɔ 0547 044 307 ana 0544 580 936 ana 020 2408 206 Freddy Sesi a na yadeɛ nku Dr. Oye Kikim Dr. Oye Bruta
Every tintre de besine twedi ampon boss ro boss ase wa mo bibia biem ebo mu niema no bibi fufuro bia meka ho biem eno amu na suahunu nimdeɛ ɛkyerɛ de yɛ de enye ene de yɛ ena okutwa so mbeka akyerɛ tiedi ni ye pa ne fatu tiri ɛyɛ Dr. Apostle Amagashi mi do Nyankopɔn awie ye bremu wode hahama ne nubna ɛsɛ yadeɛ me security ni sorry
me catch on say pick number na go screen ase keke na de frɛ no na tutu anam akɔ ne ho ɛni nansa me na me catch ro wa yarsan eto betwa
me de me ma meeting bebree ko hospital bebree ye ko ba bia me ma me na me ni nua baba ko ye kura ni mu sei ye ko hospital bia kura ni mu sa wontimi nante nya hwe obi di adanse fa Dr. Amagashi ana o kire mazi maku ene bae tiade ma me bae kura no saa na Dr. Amagashi hwe no first adura wode ma ya yekoye within 3 days a wo sha se no mu adu na fe de ma me na wotimi kura dua e de nante ni empega ni biem ntimi kesei sa bre de ma me no MC na ye ni age ahoto aba nti bi di adanse se Dr. Amagashi obi biara ibi ha wo ni paduam bia de wo gide so ba Dr. Amagashi aso ya bia be kam
ansa mi mani ko na taka cikin wani magani ce wani ya gwada min wani doctor daga micro wenzo inda nazo doctor ya ce nje yin lab na je na yi lab nazo ya bani magani so uku kenan so uku na gani wallahi na ji lafiya na lau doctor ya ce min kaman aje Alima ciwon nan ya bari ciwon ya bari kura yasa dan wana musulmi saboda Allah ba kariya bane
agona hoduko kata madu agona mi dogbene mi agbegbe mi la dodo mi fie acho Dr. Amagashi wo doda fe ye mi ko egbe mi la gbe do na mi didi be mi ana hoduko no anya be fifie Dr. Amagashi watikie aboto kata ko dem nyamo la kata atikama ko zamilema na nya se Dr. Amagashi onkokwa na ko be fibroid lo dubu diabetes lo sisi adolele gede nko gangan yo lo dosi o lo sisi yata mi jibe mi ana mi anya be mi okata mi ho Dr. Amagashi watike ko dem ne mi ano zaza ajebe ye pe ko nya nweto ye pe ko bodu ko kata mi ho dem yata na nya nya bavi yo nya nya bavi kwa Dr. Amagashi watike ye nya nweto kemi pe dem ta mi jibe mi ana mi anya be Dr. Amagashi watike ye nya nweto apene mi
wa o hwa ba me de bae ino bulu ke na ya ai ya sese we wa papa ntinu nyina na de kwa na oye
o pele nya botre ye tie se we a critical issue ya mapa me ko papa e di ko operation e ti na unu ba na gine ho awa me ko papa no operation gu ma ba so me mi nsanka ho no beto ma be fama de why
anyway yes na me ko be funda ka no ton fen so pra ne wo ye die o so mi nsa na ke fe ka no ano
ya botre ma me
jeru kra ka kire some fan ko Amagashi wo Macro Police House wo kasi kan wa to no ye de wa ye
opani bato
ala sene kimi ko Amagashi wo ni ko Amagashi wo opani ye ni ko ye
no to ana pressure na wo so wa sa force ana ho ya ye nyani ni anu de bi ya ni so fa Amagashi Kamsa Sabro, Asama. Nurse.
You can't say Dr. Magashi, but you be papa and say, a baha ben dread yakwa yard your number one. My baba say, I'm also swimming. My say, dear, me didn't me come to me when you won't be anybody be a smith. Remember to have you more sure.
Anya, tell me, I want to make a stammer.
See, how you know what that's one.
Oh my gosh, you're hospital. A problem training, so I told you, woman. When you say you I say, and me who said that ye be each other. So we are doctor, not Sabi. We got food, won't mean, would your young one, Amagashi, would your friend Yasumesi, would your Yadu Yabeneso. Guam, Doctor Babu, actually Yadi for a number. Nam some your doctor, we are not friendly. Manka Magashi, what comes as a bro, a camiso. Let me say, Pepe dear, as I am. Let me name some of Flahan and say, because how could walk any grab will be brave. Now, so one more power here, Befia. So what in it? Messin Bedi Ayatonon, and Yasem Tatua. Dear, how would Biano? Messi, what Dr. Magashi, and Fayadium Kum. Naya dear,
Doctor Apostle Amagashi. We opinion.
Yawa Kwababa Amagashi Heba and Spiritual Clinic. Inuya, you may person me mawatias and say, Yadia a boni pamani pae mobo. When Uncle Pwan can once more to buy Burundi dada. Sana or de druye phone so I aba. Since in being paying Uncle Pompejano. Wouldn't be ready or Dr. Magashi Heba and Spiritual Clinic. You may person mawatias and say, so kind Jeremiah 16, the verse number 4. Was in Crophobia or we are the abomo or we are the body, a be a pressure. Wouldn't Nipa do a pressure kuma financial up to now? Wouldn't Nipa do a diabetes kuma up to now? Wouldn't Nipa do a HIV kuma up to now? Wouldn't Nipa do a hepatitis B kuma up to now? Saya de way na ya de a we are there. And Nuna Dr. Magashi and Copo the Allen now will do their mammy. So Dr. Magashi Heba Clinica. Jadia Bira air Taiwo. Jade sunsun yade nkofo ko meeting no matter what you say and no me break you down. What about Dr. Magashi what in 2 time? Ye won nkofo bro no ma o mu see HIV na duro ni ho. Opani se unni edura en kase tie nyankopon abode. Eduro na ye ka no eduro na bedi bi ho. Ye nyina say Deuteronomy 23 the verse 1 say o say sebi nipa ne be man nyadman ko ef. Enti se o be me sha Father Dr. Magashi wo Yabama Obama Nipi, Ekakalaka, Ediamam. San and Nipa Sebi, a Tredan so, will be a haptize be done in Mutum, will go to your own one day, will be a Yadia be Tata no, or penny or Mama walk right baby. Jadia and a goody penny master. Jadia and as a son from a Brahma than here for, and Nuntina Dr. Magashi, Meton Safro say, why Alisa and will drew Ababi.
Sa uwo enkramamu a enha ho makuma sekra eno ane se obekọ Kaswa Prison Junction ana watakra dia apawan Kejebri Government Hospital Kumasi so bra magazine macro Police House eho ana Dr. Amagashi asoyewo Techima so owo Hansa Brigade ana Bogoso Power Line eho ana obehu Dr. Amagashi je number here that friend Dr. Sesia e was 0547 044 307 ana 0544 580 936 ana 020 2408 206 Freddy says ya na yade enku Doctor oye kikim Doctor oye bruta
Mama before Tracy na afi yahwe eye foreign stories no emu kakra Jedidaya the shop Jedi Tony Montana
Godfather.
Yeah, just say ni na no by Kankes Jedidaya.
Sapepe penalty. The number is 0248 890104 0248 890104 and now say 0541 97 978740 0541 978740. Open supporters version and our players need DNB. Your player version, you know the supporters in share. And up on one, more sorry, more football club, more coach team, more group being a mope jerseys in bulk. Obenya and do draw now at the cheapest cost. Baby, I will be on location any problem. All friend any say all deliver at the amount before. Yeah, draw to draw. Regions baby ano you bet me send ya come the nearest station na on sa let me account mo me free 0248 890104 0541 978740 the shop JD and numbers no.
Okay. Aside the best already or yes special promo.
Special one.
Yeah, promo. Jerseys you know kits ni adinya no discount bim power super papa. We a special one our for Christmas now.
Okay.
Yeah. Into our bit me akojiri dia share and numbers no free. The OPB top and down. Then I'll pay for team, for family, for one casa, ubia udi kochani adina no. Or say bono what tisu say she for a period. Into no etwemu a one here as go back to normal prices no. Into Jedediah can hona friend number no na J odien 10 prices no above from crack. We a special one our year for this Christmas. Okay. Yantwa so na yenhwe we enso na Mr. and some of the questions as me lines na the person here say with me at the voice note aba na yama amanfo at the person wo channel even before say be lines no kra yeah discussion be na wo adwenkyere bi wo ho na person di bi to dwade fa ho na yem be lines na obetimi de aba say titru omo person omo send a message efa WhatsApp no omo say I no so person omo ka bibi na ye to omo voice no omo kasa ndi a kwan da ho making kan we no na omo so mo de voice no enamu church adwen e de efa ho 059 323 1579 with me o voice note afasa line iso na yetie ewo dwumadi eso mama sansi so biom 059 32 31 579 059 32 31 579 minkase monfre mon send voice note wodo wano ka bibi no send voice na fabras line iso na yentie sede enra ye shase amanfo de omo messages the voice notes na de bae no saa na ye genu the discussions bia na person de wadwenkyere ba kwan da ho na no so ye de kakrankra afam de amamo. Good morning, sir. I also disagree with what Dr. Naro said yesterday because Ajax has 4 Champions League trophies but ranked 39th in Europe. But Chelsea has 2 but is ranked 12th ahead of Ajax in European competition. So doctors will come again. Richmond, Accra, la una di we ebae. So we need chechire mbebe nra minim say na oti ho akom say wie dia. Nka unya san chechire mu no enso enyina. Amanfo kra the voice note ni messages ahodo bai edomo dwenkyere ni ade beka ho. Unti minim obese san come back to that issue ni bi mo na. Enra voices we and the by yemfa kakra bi na fe yento adwumede no so we na mpese yeti ho nsem no for the bra wo issues how do say foreign no say local betimi the aba na fe yetinka pages ma
me kakra is about communication department no professor also munya a professional communicator. I don't know much about Safuduku so yeah or in and out a communicator and bets or your compound. Me the man who say because of law no why no. The man no maybe or what also to be teaching me you know. As I consider say me a lawyer and can you hear the beating me as a repetition. Into me can't say what's as to be any. The man communication no it was naked. Until you face a better some more journalist, you are not so very professional communicator. No one to me on for the full time on your full time member on management team and the man is one the communication. Our pen the team on the paper national my year. Because earlier, a war as Safodu Queen, one on your full time, or any law, which now be Dico Casa, which now because and my communication in Queen. I never can't know me as a metia no radio station, one of your sisters season. Neighbor son of Kotoko Veswa seat in Hossam. Oh, and as a communicator, I was so timmy, a Casamo be chasing you. Oh, about my home, I could be. Yeah, number for your money, you knock us about my could be nothing. Would to me, and what to me can hear my mouth was our grandpa, Veswa seat no. Now, you sabi, as you said, the number is the Bible and Timo, your best way Veswa seat be ano. One year. They were communicator, in fact, I never liked it. It's no. Kotokompe a good communicator, no had this department. About one, and wait, Mamma, Nipa, wait me up to Nipa Stadium done. The Safudu Queen, that's it.
o ɛno no ɛnra na kama paa nti fa wo so deɛ bra sei na meka no issue bi wɔ hɔ na apɛ sɛ wode ho nsɛm ɛbɛto dwa na wode mu nkyekyerɛmu kakra mama no nyɛ tetenten ɛna mempɛ kɔtɔkɔ bɛhyɛ has bɛhyɛ no bi nyɛ no asɛm na meka yɛ discuss issues bi na wɔ adwenkyerɛ bi wɔ ho anaa wɔ biribi koraa a ɛnya no discuss na apɛ sɛ wode to dwa kwan wɔ hɔ a wotumi de ɛba foforɔ nso de wei ɛfiri snit flat ɛyɛ adenta nso ɛbae yɛnte wɔ no so nka.
Oh, good morning, Sir Joe. And then I send voice notes. So my issue has to do with a recommendation and suggestion we can make to promote or to help people into our stadium. The name of the Ministry of Youth and Sports formally has been changed to the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. Now, if I in Ashanti region, for example, you would realize that even in the community gala and inter-community tournaments, no, we have a lot of spectators. Okay, so why don't we bring this particular events into our stadia, say maybe a Sunday and a Saturday before our Kotokobebo match, no? Then these community teams, no, will be paired against each other. So either than say games the community level, no? Why don't we bring it to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium and say that maybe popular stand like first, and kotoko any other team the Baba popular stand you charge it 10 Ghana cedis at this time round, no? Maybe I charge 5 Ghana cedis. So all these games will be curtain raisers for the main Kotoko football matches, so that the people who come and watch the community games will be the same people who will be on the field to cheer the team on. Remember that the more you get people watching your game, the more likelihood that you would get sponsors, and you can also build a financial base. So rather than Sanka community games, na yedive center around the various communities. Sorry, Nanka those matches becomes curtain raisers for the main matches. Footballers never be ball no obi ani wo mu bi. So footballer be air perform ya. We know and we've seen the footballer. Or crowd ne or no bobo has. What the name by the main Kotoko team on the crowd? He has faced such crowd before. He can be able to, do it. And I think that we can replicate all this in the various, sports centers or in the various regions and districts. Have Premier League football, Ecoso, that's it.
So I don't know. Issues we hunsem and I can say Odiba Kwanda ho. I mean see number no SUBM 0593231579. Na fi Fabra na yenhwe na yema amanfo ente yenka. Yensama mu nyina kwa babiom emra final whistle dwumedi eso. Said can Franco Naro, doctor, give his combined 11 Chelsea Arsenal this weekend. Ivan Louis Edway Ifritafo Hospital and Abre and Anope. Please, Ejo, as of Franco Naro. Were the 6 games in Sweden are still going on. Aziz Idigoro, Tema Community 1 side 10. Hey, Aziz, into where here. All right. Tell the Arsenal fans that Chelsea are now the killers of soccer giants. Chelsea, the massacres. Chelsea, no size. Sir Francis Wasajidua. Unaudiwe and so Abreye and Anope. Okay. Please, when will my club Chelsea get okay. I'm saying we know one of my club, Chelsea, gets kit sponsors. Why is it delaying? Please let your analysts explain why. Blues forever. One for Dibia and Kahon Amreyen. All right, Arrow, Yankwasa Hinkro Nadiwe Ebre. If Liverpool fail to score against West Ham, I don't think Slot deserves any place in the technical team. Kumasha Santiko must rise up against Midiema. Arrow, Yankwasa Hinkro and Ediwe and so Ebre. But before Mama Kawa, say Bibia idea.
Oh, Nyame Adam General Bibia fine.
I
like your jersey.
So,
I like
okay,
your jersey.
okay. Jedediah.
Where's the Jedediah?
Jedediah.
Okay. It's lovely.
So, a special promo BT. Just the type be out with you. I don't cover.
I see.
All right. Yes, I see him free here.
You know how I'm saying stories now, Baba and Ebebo Bosso, but a quick response to Tester now can say Ajax has 4 Champions League titles, but and UEFA ranking or more ranking Chelsea ahead of Ajax until I should come again. Yes, I'm coming again. So actually rankings be a more period I stand to be corrected, but I know say Europe you found the last 5 years. For the last 5 years. When was the last time Ajax won the UEFA Champions League? 1995, right?
Yeah.
1994, 1995.
And look, even after winning, no, since 97, no one semi-final crowd till 2019. Near Lucas Moura show more to
that's it. Inti say Ajax na or no. The last time I winning Champions League in 1995, no. Chelsea has won it in 2012, has won it in 2021, and have been a consistent performer in Champions League. In 2 years, any rankings be a all-time ranking. Because UEFA for ranking, yeah, all-time ranking. Inti Shenonsu Safamami. Otherwise, Obakwa Nottingham Forest, Modi Abetu to Chelsea in UEFA rankings. I feel he commanded me to come again, and I'm sure I've come again. Hopefully, Ibia Obetimasi.
As an Arsenal fan, I feel very happy when people don't believe in us. Underestimating our capacity and capability reduces the pressure on us, thereby making us prove them wrong. Arsenal beat Chelsea by 2-0. KAB Sekwa. Oh, dear, no. All right. See Arsenal. You're great.
General,
yeah.
Brazil legends, I shall say advise Vini Jr. on the potential move away from Real Madrid. And Rebecca, one of our audience, the message by besides what will be the chances of Vini Jr. so free Real Madrid in the title Ebra or Peso Benya Ballon d'Or Nachi. And the advice never, and I think say Vini Jr. in the team they have to come good. No Monte advice and I say for me, if it is about football, the final destination is Real Madrid. If you are lucky to be a star man at Real Madrid, net team ninja na dwen say on pewa. Ese say wo package wo wall. Now we are wadwen ye. Now try on the open football mu. On saka. Koma dwen say the open football mu bia probably Saudi for no betima atua sika. Nti e best sika e football mu a enei it is possible say uhia sika twitwi de every football mu a maybe ubetumi anya every Saudi Arabia asin they ubenya every Real Madrid, but I think that say Vini Jr. Football emu successes any idea or pedia. I don't think say it will be better for him to leave Real Madrid currently. Ushemwa Ubibaka say yes, currently he might not be the star man at Real Madrid, but Real Madrid one destination potentially say ope Ballon d'Or Najia and now to me Aji chances to very high. He came so close. A lot of people, including my good self, Adrian say, "Ni sooner they buy or die football park no Sonia Bontin and the man Crawford bufu to na or award no come Rodri." Other than that, he would have won the Ballon d'Or. Usha the body language utien semna one how I was paying for no or more edina ni ade, but the far he called for it because he's not only the only black guy playing in Spain. Even at Madrid, There are black guys, some are even darker than him. Ofa a left wing corner or Bobo now. There is Felan Mendy behind him. He's darker than him. It may feel say Crawford any huru no anase bia and near be na onya no right where you are on one say or sisa a ni subai na oda nema pedi ewo we are no the free honoma sikade. I don't think say if you are paid 400,000 euros a week sika ketwa 400,000 about 557 segusu in a week. That is money. As I say, we are content with in order to stay in a club where of football. Akoso. Another problem, it is a Vini. Emma Ninja or Real Madrid is coach, the Ninja coach, who are not coach, Penasem. I think that every coach wants a good player with a good attitude. Some coaches will even watch you at the training grounds or body language and everything. Vinny would have to stay professional, and I think that they're open with football piano. So of course what Real Madrid are Obenya free Real Madrid. Sikade Ibia Saudi Obenya more than the Union Real Madrid. But if it's about football, I think so I dream nipa upe bibia nia open na be chrese nia be yo. Especially in footballers. Say Benny Trim so be free honoma. Obe put up some attitude, the member one and why you're willing to sell. And or person trans obe put the right attitude. So I think Vinny would have to decide and put up an attitude based on what he wants to do. Me free honuma, ure friend Juan Laporta, Barcelona for president, or the same kakratuja. Na ninsem no, or say ure friend no Javier Tebas. Madrid for episode me free ini free. But me situating common Embra Ghana. Javier Tebas no 30 years of Kreku, FA president. And yemfan say Juan Laporta, Togo Afere, the club president of Umpo de Togo Kra yemfan so you una and about at least ubetim de atoto. And no can say Barcelona club president say Real Madrid for Ashas way deep papa we any because say a permanent son say Pempi. Near Real Madrid for you and say, wow, we are president no umbe control. Na papa we near ding. O man who quite Emma Real Madrid for control no. And unti Madrid for ayo Madrid say, Quambi umbe fast umbe yina say akonyano. Umbe yino. Omo Barcelona for omo ni papa ni special relationship. The omo ni no wa a professional relationship. Inti Quambi so no. As I say Madrid for jado omo yen. To the extent that Madrid for no. Omo so come Madrid TV ya bobo ni we are. Referees and from so no more highlight sa na Barca fans Real Madrid fans ni bin so respond they say Barcelona for Javier Tebas no okeka omboni a omudi ehenti na omuta na chi na ebrebe omkotu asika ma referees appointment committee vice yi ebepem ne ensem no kosi hwe say club president bi ode periperi yoye adwuma nka Barca for ho akire eti abenchi no ahyew ewukromonom I need Real Madrid Barcelona. Barca is now for a friend Javier Tebas. Real Madrid is against him. But the here's in the name of Beko. You know, if you want my member, MP England. And a slot. And in the wedding command, I say Luis Diaz, our team my friend Liverpool, a jan a crime man, a call by a minute, or no, and a slot. He spoke against it. He was not for it. But the sporting directors are so powerful, say the Ombekano, Omonesia, Ejina, Inti Nanka, Ojidi Pa say Luis Diaz, Enuqua in Senko, Free Oko, 2 Commander Natchez, Opinion a slot. Liverpool, Brow Mobre, Ene, Titian Crawford, Tiomono, Nigerian say, and Luis Diaz and Qua, Kibianca de Ekosui, Mkoso. Medica Castle Liverpool, front 4. The J, league, you know, emu 3 in the honum. Diego Jota will be any so in your media. Luis Diaz scored by a minute. Omaton, Darwin Nunes, Amanako, Akamu Salah, and on some saying the Kutu Junway Mrekakra. And that is the problem. But I'm saying, say, Omaton, Luis Diaz, and Darwin Nunes, you know, they provided proper replacements. Sir Uton Luis Diaz, near the Air Florenvate at the Brewa, on paper, and your upgrader, they are the same level. The only thing is a way free league from neighbor into maybe your best struggle. Then partnership among the teammates and so be another thing. Otherwise, Florian Wirtz on the evidence of what is given to Leverkusen, and then the German national team is not a bad player, but he's not playing well for Liverpool. Alexander Isak on the evidence of what he gave Man City is a good player, and of course Hugo Ekitike, another good player. Milos Kerkez was probably the best left back in the Premier League last season. But you see, he's struggling. Jeremy Frimpong is also some injuries near the day. So I'm thinking, say, the earlier he forgets about the absentees, the better for the man to work and make sure that Obenya results. League na obon. Amore na akodi nkomo bi na nkomo na wodi no say baby or person will beefy up back way a wing back or per wing back or attacking mind. Now, General, Papa, no, sometimes I ask myself, say, really, Man United to me, my GM said the major issue is not about the wing back position. Maybe we hear position as any priority, the holding midfield, and I said the friend in number 6, because Casemiro will be any. Say, currently he's playing well, but you can't be sure, looking at his age and even last season, sometimes the injury situation. So if there is a priority, it shouldn't be wing back. Wing back, or Dalu, or the same Patrick Dogu, or Mazraoui, or Ahmad. So what's the need? I even think that the three back now, Obono, he could release Luke Shaw to the left wing back and play 3 centre backs over there. It is another thing he can do. In team, Minya Shaw says, Amorin, the results now, Wunyano, Okachre say, Ope baby, attacking wing back. Ocean from Sporting. They know you understand the wing backs too, no? But who offensive minded, like first and their friend be a number 7 and now number 11, or a forward, not the number wing back. No, Aboba Konsuso as a defensive minded person. Currently, he has that because Ahmad is a proper winger, and in Neubono as a wing back, and Patrick Dogu or Dalu, Mazraoui, all these guys are defensive minded guys. So what's the big deal? I think that Oman and Emre no. In fact, Elliot Anderson, a buy some you episode we find from Nottingham Forest and open come eba actually say Man City for akoye nhyiamu a omo nso so gidi say Elliot Anderson ko bia so omo kofa no utiete nkomo na Nottingham Forest will be looking around 80 million pounds sterling. So Elliot Anderson now he's a permanent fixture in the English national team. And they all know they pay Declan Rice, and at 23 I think that he's somebody. Yes, English players are very expensive, but why her mother, why her Amorima, why not you say no? The recruitment don't know better if you move Premier League in him. I'm Premier League in him, dada. And I think say for me he'll be a good signing for Manchester United. Balaba nearly joined United for that position. Minim say signing now go through now because this season hasn't been that good for Carlos Baleba, and it looks like United interest on the Cameroonian no there above from. You know, Timaminfa stories no in see anafi minim say ibura matches in sumu kakra.
Ibura matches no more. All right. Our minim kakra bi on issues no. Now before so about Africa no.
But there is this advice to Hansi Flick. Say, Lami Yamal, Omani jira right wing or eche sometimes on shifting kakra, and I think say a good advice. We share against Chelsea for the entire 90 minutes. I clear. Say Kukuyela, Emma Brantiana ha hinting me pocketing. Enti as a manager, and then I saw it. We had several games after some 20-25 minutes, we both say number 7, number 11, not 11, cause 7. Now, what confuse you? Fullbacks now, or what taki or kakra.
But doc, say wingers on way. Yes, and you Lami Yamal Kwao. So, how often have you been seeing say Vinicius or giant the left side of the attack? So be right.
Yes. Only say first, now right-footed player, winger. and a ball number 7. Okwa no akọ cross.
And I left him. So
Na left no.
Yes.
And so number 11 no so abo.
yeah.
No so kwa
Beckham Negix. Typical example.
Giggs, David Beckham. No more ball. But the name no football no move from forwards. Front three no obia should be a source of goal. Enti yama left-footed player no ko gina right side. Into okwa no akati in say instead so obe cross no no be shoot why then. Ashe. But I'm saying that those days na yama right na left wing no. Still so much change here. No so no the nine be barren sa. But yes na o confuse defenders no. We say na no master di na say na no me no. But fufre ya obey say na obey no. What you say? But ese Lami Yamal ubehunu about 10 matches. The entire 90 minutes of Boni nyina wujina honum. I'm thinking say they should listen to that advice, especially in the game defender na pocket no. No chano. Ode manu ko honum no onko dada no kakra. Later he could come back. So for me, it's a general advice to say their work and say but first no ne boapa because those days Asante Kotoko say Steve Nodro ni bia Joe Louis and I say Mbapa wani Joe Louis omba na we shift kwa na we kwa say ubon say defenders as well as I shibi. So I think it's a good advice.
Ah well. We can at it more kafa no ni madueke ho. With them supporters, okay, Arsenal supporters in Obano. About 4,000 of them protest some year was that 52 million pound move no Madueke. Now okay say no na inspire boy na say and the level now what do no. Meaning so the 52 million for pound move no. And then a fan and I said because ball now I'm not any born of late, you know. I don't know.
Early days yet, but Sergio he's picking up.
Yeah,
honestly, he's picking up. Me obia honestly about Chelsea. Many Gini Bobo, but Sergio ni problem, no decision. Sergio we do maybe no very selfish. Even attackers at that point in time were complaining. So drew anymore. Instead, so be pass my main front line as on channel. But Sergio no one kasa pesoche. But going to Arsenal, I'm still. Me jidi se me ka omo amu hunu se na figure ni doso kakra.
General, sorry.
Okay, Doc, to asu.
Me kai say many and the argument wa. E catch him say no ni Madueke for me. He's a good player. Me ka ko see say so onye that good enough. Nko nya the chance. Around that time no about England national team no mo friend. No mo friend no England national team. And the good thing about him is say unlike say Lami Yamal de moye kan obo both rings.
Yeah.
Because or ambidextrous or control both legs and pace, and he's one of the players that he can dribble at a high pace. Or the ball need 2 minutes gidi no beside him dribble at the proper winger. And I think say you see one thing washa a move between Arsenal and Chelsea was some level of rivalry. But are they common? Say players moving from Arsenal to Chelsea or Chelsea to Arsenal. Because uko English abroach memo obi ha London onya betra London on person obi free London omo pe London honom nti hono person otra ebi kura ne ma ene ne yire e wo London nti se o Chelsea na mfa ma no a onya Arsenal he's still within London even though ebia Chelsea or West, Arsenal is in the north, but he's still within there nti those movement no koso. And I'm thinking say when they move across in Pempi adaptation and your problem they make it easy. There are several of them. David Luiz from Chelsea to Arsenal. Obeka William Gala from Arsenal to Chelsea. You can talk about William. And so Emuvuye. And I think Peter Cech moved there.
Yes, from Chelsea to Arsenal.
It's movement in the pray. And for me, Madueke has lived up to the billing. General. And now Arsenal starters are still only commanding position.
Also pride.
Yes.
The 12 games, about 6.
Yes.
Or out
he's been out for some 6 matches. Yes. And I yedika kasa Arsenal squad death in Intino. Obi pra kra hwe
yeah.
Because one tiatem. Obi pra no obi o wa wo dey. Obo. Etu who share them who side and then I think that coming back, he's coming to add to the squad depth of Arsenal. Or Bridge, so I'm not sure that he's going to be the key man to decide the outcome of the game.
Attention, baby, good. Yes. By hashtag no to Madueke on X. Nipa be 4,000 Arsenal fans ne signs are
Yes.
Mama. No to Madueke.
No to Madueke.
Or X. 4,000 supporters.
4,000.
The workers were shame woman.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
You see, it's a coach in the nursing form. It take a decision, be say na play and the no be deliver. The coach becomes so excited and vindicated. And I think say
age is on the side 23 years.
Arsenal fans no more yes hard no. Omo nyaku ko drum e ka say omo no mo. But no kwasem ni say the guy has lived beyond expectation.
Okay. All right. I mean see abrabom de bia o. So abrabom ni relationship ni ade na see.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Any nyuma hodo ni esi abrabom sectors bebrebe.
Sometimes
Initially protest ni ade be ba ho. But later. Now more yes I didn't know about more heads
I don't know if it will be fair to share this. And I'm not too sure if my wife will be happy.
Go ahead.
If I say this.
Go ahead. We the titi dot in say.
Unim. Me wedding. Abesiru amuni radio phone ni ade adibi. That time referee Kwame Nsiaboafo.
Okay.
On kwado de ntuma chichire. Sisi.
Okay.
Bedi asaboni be ye de be ye niema kata basa. Tie point na my sister ba ko frame no ka chem se kwabena ensem a oyira sorry for kan o hechire honom no. Enye Mr. Branti wa wi obagina kwase ne kwa hwe ne namfofo niema moye. Ewuhubra akohwefo and akra innocent woman akofa saying a whole lot of things. My sister told me.
Wow.
And also a tone of kind in the dream said, answer. Because they were just looking at what and confirm about where they need be. It's soon by a modern eddy. So like Chemo Yonko.
I'm sure
Mitchell Subai. But I'm sure my wife and Nima meaning Ebusiafo have never regretted.
Yeah.
For her saying yes to me. Inti abrabono edu baby a nipa besusu said the nipa besusu no. Yeah, na nyesa na eba. And I agree with you say in all aspects of our lives.
Relationship see the bia but that we don't be money. Also ko warren there protest including protest from parents no ban the parents on company. On penny da. No say enunti no e be hye no nkran ma na prove wo nyina wrong.
Of course.
Ba na akwala no ba no pe no. Madam for no.
Yeah.
And you go to America for 16 years. When now 4. Nkola ni nyina no mo America.
It's been good. Love is just it's something.
Yes.
The only thing say some penya some mu can say me enfam to so man nyawo.
Yes.
A very very important.
Prove wo nyina wrong including omo openly says your frère episka. We yare, we are see, we mbokro no omsisi omutia sisa.
Yes.
Why is so successful?
In Allah yarzuku man yasha bi ghairi hisab.
Chiremu.
Onyankopon like he gives risk sebia chapade anaibia or show bin kwa say o money. In Allah yarzuku man yasha bi ghairi hisab. Onyankopon Emma obia without anything.
We nyankopon unim that yes. Now go protest.
You see it reminds me.
Ateta say nine spam abranti.
Unim. There is this man now. Ni baba you are fe. Na omo ho na say maame no ehun sa akra na nyim. Ti afi de maame no ene akwada na obi asuro bi ko papa no ye no nonsense. Obi asuro so mde ko akotu papa ye ni. Sa akra no ho dane. Den say okay because e boba. E ba suro. Mko ka kire papa yi. Ni wo su che. Me no de to ato say be man say.
Yeah.
Now kwesi ade on beba fia me ba o mesre me nya hwie wakonyim no obeba betum fia general Sunday ni duye so mu fie ho no pana na cars people big cars near ade pembe pake wano di sema na sem nyina ne se ono na wanyim papa ne ba no nemu the woman say ade na awuraba na ye no se ko ba se nyame ya adom no ye bema obeto fie ama ɔbaa no na papa no so atɔbɛnsa ma papa no papa no to na mmom sɛ kɔba sɛ ɔwo no yɛ ɔbaa ɔno nso so ɔbɛtɔ ɛyɛ Toyota Corolla na mmom sɛ nyame mmoa ne sɛ bi a akora no ɔpɔn a ɔka akora no ɔpɔn a sɛ ɛnka bɛsa anyem no
What's on you? Wow.
Say kabasa anyem no.
Wow.
This get to me.
This get me no. Sisi bebre ti amanfo obi ni obi hia na doni ade omu a. Ya musu so ma no nkom. Na unim de nyame betima ye ne dachi.
Of course.
Okay. Minia ketwa paki minim person me can same way, but the top secret pa make us say I was secret guno.
So
yes. Pac-Man minim name one I can create with it. Me can kesibia. Na okay opakina obre pass that time na no be worry no. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how no you fools but edikio skiti bia no osemo e wono. Da Pac-Man fa wa famu no. Zimra akuya introduce no kire akuya papa. Say we no person worry no.
Tornado papa.
Yeah.
I
told papa. And you ma opakia famu no. Last week onya no worry. Me sure so successful je obia wa busu no akuya tornado. Me sure pa. And the tech in China and the US in Hawaii. Say Kobasa. And the shops are do. So we say it's successful. I was woman no conquer for relationship. All right, young to us we can grab 5 minutes in idea. No need to do a can alcohol some
very important, General. Very important.
All right. Young to us.
General, young games in the Kakra. I think that you started free the biggest game.
Yeah.
Yami Adumechina. Baso. Ebi kura gidi is a betchere say Arsenal on beji league na monji. Ebi gidi is a yebefa Chelsea serious say omu a serious contender for the league title or not. So there's so much at stake. And these are two teams currently they are playing so well in almost all their competitions. Chelsea, Arsenal. Mamindi can started the probables. Now probably Yenche Nipana no bisa combined 11. We did it yesterday, but it be a bit so the amano. Oko Chelsea, here ni say obviously Robert Sanchez will be imposed. Kukuyela on the left full back. I'm seeing say Obebo Gusto as the right full back.
No, Rhys James
Aben Finfin. And Chaloba and then Tosin will be the central defensive pair. In midfield, who expected the irrepressible Moses Casido as the pivot over there. Then Yesheni Muse Rhys James Ebe Peno as a double pivot. Na Wakwakobo Enzo Fernandez as the number 10. On the right, Nkomodienu Gusu se Kosubium Neto or Estavao. Neto or Estavao. Currently, se mini Enzo Maresca and Kamestati Estavao on the right, Namdi Neto Echo left. You see, Chelsea team no Ushemwa Omo about currently 4 ringers. Neto and Estavao on the right. Then you have Jimmy Gettins and Garnacho on the left. No kwasem ne se omo left for no me no nya de. Garnacho ni Jimmy Gettins no. Neto and a utility or both on the right, on the left. And I'm thinking there, for me, it should go for Neto on the right, drop both Garnacho and Jimmy Gettins. Na wabo Abrantia Efreno Jao Pedro as number 9. Oko Arsenal, I don't want to. I mean, yes, sure that there will be my change in terms of our lineup games. Arsenal will definitely go in for goalkeeper David Raya. Then on the right, it looks like left Nibiana Carrifiel, as I return in place of Lewis Kelly. Then you expect Saliba will be ever present alongside either Hinkepi or Mosquera. But it looks like it be Obesa for Mosquera be the previous game about Mosquera Champions League of a ball Hinkepe and actually but a maybe an about Hinkepe honum. In midfield, Arsenal midfield ne iconic will be him CC Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and of course Ebilichi Eze. Yes, Captain Odegaard is back, but I think he will start from bench. You have Abrante Eddie Bukayo Saka on the right, then on the left, I'm thinking say Obeko for Trossard. Na Omsi Chukare is back, so it looks like he will lead the attack for Arsenal. General, Arsenal versus Chelsea on any day, it's not an easy game, and the venue is the Bridge. My dream said venue no Chelsea a slight edge over Arsenal, but they who be the best team in the world are Arsenal in terms of playing and everything. One interesting thing is in terms of ball possession in the Premier League, Chelsea are ahead of Arsenal total possession in the Premier League. Liverpool they lead surprisingly in terms of possession. Then Chelsea aba and Sana Arsenal and so etumi aba. So Ubeka say bia Arsenal but ball no more. Arsenal has been so direct. And there are two things I feel that Arsenal won over Chelsea. One, a better defense. Arsenal's defense is far better than that of Chelsea. Then the set pieces bit is something Arsenal has which Chelsea doesn't. Arsenal has scored about 10 goals from corner kick. Inti neno ne Arsenal bo Bukayo Saka move on the flanks. Na se ball no ontimi nkati no cross ne ball ne kotoko na. Kai hu se wan hwe ya obetimi di go every mu di aba. Na omo style omo di she go from corner ene yi no. Omo are several of them. First no beka se omo nyina akogu second pole no. Enti wo yensa wo bebo na no ma rani aba. No bi aba be gina goalkeeper nanim. And no matter say no, they have different ways of doing it. Enti set piece is one thing that works in favor of Arsenal. You know, it's a close contest. It's now 4:30 p.m. in a game Nikos were breaking. So very difficult game to predict, and I'm not even too sure if I can get the prediction right. Because the contest is so close.
Okay. One we are with me more. Combine 11. No, investors with me more.
Combine 11 I can do. But
okay. Take your time and do it. Maybe is okay. I agree with Dr. Franco Naro. Noni has really done well, pa, because I was very angry of the move, and I became very, very sad that day. Yeah, right. That day, yeah, right. But today, he's my number one sub, and hope he will score Chelsea tomorrow. Sergeant Emmanuel. Sergeant Emmanuel, with Nungwa Police Station, Accra, and Abre, and Anopei. My main call and I do Chumagudia Senior High School science tutor. Say Arsenal supporters should calm down. If they don't know, they should ask PSG and Barcelona the nightmare they went through. They should continue to brag, but we Chelsea fans are calm, and I will do our talking on Monday. Monday now, we're talking. No? Okay. After Sunday, right? After tomorrow, we'll talking about Monday, right? God willing. And also, I perfectly agree with Dr. Franco Naro. Take a look at Ole's team of Rashford, Sancho, and Martial. Listening to you live from Akokari, Obuasi. That also was Papa. Kofi anyway, every broadcast in Accra and Brian. Javier Tebas is the La Liga president. And not the Spanish FA president. Oh, okay. Yes. William say a slip of a. He's not equivalent to Keto Kreku in Ghana football. He's equivalent to the EPL head in England. That Tabas is very controversial. He exposed Barcelona's financial position to Nico Williams when Barcelona wanted to sign him. Madueke is a very good player, and Arsenal's decision to pay £52 million for him has paid off. Now, injury to Saka will not affect Arsenal that much. He's very good. He's very good in my opinion. Kofi broadcast in Accra. They also Pejade Abreye and Anopei. No. All right. The EBC, other matches, no, right?
Yeah. Kakrebi on Kofi.
Okay.
The corrections, no, yeah, exactly spot on. The only a year and say Javier Tebas reveal Barcelona financial position. Atletico Bilbao for and a day or more complain and no more request. Echo 2 the La Liga name. Say Barcelona for Bubosika on person Modito Nico Williams, and they think that they are not financially well placed to carry out that transaction. In Tincrofono, Emfa Emma the Omo financial situation, if Omo capable of doing it, and them Ranamo Omo. It is not like it's controversial. But I think I agree with him perfectly. I got it wrong on the issue of comparing him to.
You other matches no na you didn't come on bana Pacman no or name chat no na ja onim so send voice note kiti bi na me nko amati but unza me na me nyane oni na yiri nyina na ET program. Yeah, oni akria na ET program. Nti on note kakra bi na breme. Sese no ma yiya ma. Okay, mu yenti kakra.
Kabra Oko was we jadi. Kabra to the papa kan. Was we dio pakido. Oko was we jadi bi asa paki. Obe paki we se baby. Don't sure o sure dey go pro. Obe paki we se baby.
Opaki. Yeah, me one day no say Opaki. Udi Opaki no.
Udi Opaki. Apart from problems, any man who would the deal crowd and sign pet or Pakino. Okay, pack with baby. Yeah, so the tornado and so program to be a queer also do we so sometimes after some pre BB you know into the papa kai.
Yeah, me one day no say Opaki. Opaki. Yeah, me one day no say Opaki. Udi Opaki no. Hwe no me paki me bana go si baby o. Me paki me bana si baby dia hu me ye.
So one year na free okua papa ho enso e ba no. Nti edru ba bia amanfo ya nya botre na Nyankopɔn ko ase na awa kan no ene onim da chiasem. Yes. And then omo shefi o. Omo pia bontia na e be 1. Omo bibie shops na nkofo ye adwuma. Omo enjoy. Omo pia 1 2 has omo pia ko shops. For you see down.
Papa do baby na jealousy ka ho.
Yeah.
E bi do mo man pa.
Oh, okay.
Tu be fa na free ni nchen akwa. Ya na dey.
Ai. Nti say ya obey protest.
Obey protest kakra no the warning ya that.
And I won't first catch that.
Yes. Papa, tini susa.
Wow.
I'm probably funny crazy.
Opaki, dino cry just over Paki was here.
Dino Paki, we're not Uncle Paki.
Okay, yet was
Pac-Man to the Hurrier.
Yes.
General, combine 11 here, David Raya, Rhys James, Kukuyera, Saliba, Chaluba, Casido, Declan Rice, Ebele Chieze, Bukayo Saka, Neto, Jukaris. And Ranam here, me repeat the same thing, me change of mind.
Okay.
5 for Chelsea, 6 for Arsenal. That is my combined 11.
All right. Other games I support a call to replace Lawyer Safuduku as PRO of Kumasi Asante Kotoko 100%. His ambitions are a bit below the belt. I suggest Kumasi Asante Kotoko appoint a professional journalist like Dr. Usu Ansan with his brilliant and excellent submissions. Think about that. My humble opinion anyway. Of a lot, Asokori Kufuridia, and anyway, and so Abre Ono. Very powerful, why? Very powerful.
I get your boss.
All right.
General, Man United, they call Crystal Palace. Now, a game made in Manchester United. Because Crystal Palace gradually is fast establishing themselves as teams are obu teams are kesiye.
Yeah.
The other Liverpool last season is this season. Ubienim. Oliver Glasner is known to be a manager for big occasions. And at Crystal Palace in Ankasa for the last 4 games, United in Tuminsha and last 2 seasons, Oshe United 4-0. And Osa Eshe United 1-0 Old Trafford. Then just last season, United Kobo 0, no Sabeshe United 2-0 Old Trafford. So 4 attempts by Man United. They've not been able to beat Crystal Palace. Just 1 point, and Crystal Palace have won 3 in the last 4. It tells you, say Omunsa the United so, and Omunsru Manchester United. And T. Amorim, coming from that disappointing performance against Everton, 13th minute, Everton did red card, Idrissa Gana Gay, yet they went ahead to win 1-0 at Old Trafford. General, Amorim said, players, and making sure say, Omo, the Nguasi Omo de buy and cover with this game. It's a good challenge. But on one kasa because it's not an easy game. And I'm thinking, and saying, dear, after winning the manager of the month, exactly 1 year of his stewardship at United, and he had a bad results against Everton. This results, SIA bad Bima, Mijidi said the call for his sack will be resumed. It's been suspended. The call for his sack now has been suspended. But anything can happen. I expect Liverpool to win West Ham Olympic Stadium, even though it's an away game. I expect Liverpool to go win because West Ham themselves are not playing so well, General.
Dr. Franco Naro last said it's his wish for Arsenal to win against Chelsea in order to quench the fire set by Chelsea fans. But I, for one, it's a must win for me because the Barca fans have also joined the noise pollution. In Barca for the Chelsea match, if I'm hoping Prince Edwin football Gatanga and so.
Sir, energy amudi huru mu no. O pese mo spirit ne ba form kakra. This Arsenal ko mamu bi a 3 bi and 2 bi kra na. Em sa ho keka mo de be form tenet de Barca for you interested.
Me amikus kuria.
We are amikus kuria. Barca for you interested. Share. Na wo bi otimi no. Obi nya na o hwe ne ma wa gampe.
Dr. Franco Naro is missing one factor on Vini Jr.'s matter. He might not be the only black player in Spanish La Liga, but he's a black special player, a special black player. And that's why some of them hate him. Some of the whites have worse attitude than Vini.
You see,
Sir Mickey, if you more B-Tech, iPhone repairs, don't go on.
Sir Mickey, Lamine Yamal is a black boy. Nico Williams is a black boy. These are exceptional players. The day now Vini Fato no say or no content or racism. That was the beginning of say or aggravated that situation. Racism no no one person can fight it. The system is being forced to fight it, but individually they don't want it. Until say uko dipa. Now once you saw who kakra now so unko na obeko. See a tunufo. When was the last time you heard Vini Jr. talking about racism or granting interviews? Or free Spain called the national team. No akoye interview. No ebi kra na osu. Nti it's not that he's a black player with exceptional talent. And nti no muyenisa. There have been several black players in the La Liga with exceptional talent. Omanko sa line and omuna mu baby dey. Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams are currently some top black players. They are there. Okay. Rodrigo, even though you're Koko Kakra, but Rodrigo is another black boy. Nobody is targeting him. Into no one else or any soon anybody.
Okay, Maminko Awal Mohammed Ho, Nafi, Young Room, Emra Africa Kakra, Neki Kambefi, na Yaba, a league matches and Subokoso weekend, our GPL no emu. Sir, our Mohammed and Dr. Franco Naro said Estavao is the best young talent now. On what basis? In football, is Estavao better than Lamine Yamal? Goal assist, dribbling, chances creation, trophies, individual award. Our Mohammed should help us in the stats this season to know who is better now. Ima, if you don't go and Abreye.
First of all, I have never said on this platform or anywhere say Estavao is the better talent now. But me can say on that night, you can say so much no dear Estavao stole the show. Me, I hear one person I'm debating against Estavao kakra wa be then be kwa to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal Ballon d'Or, he was third,
Second.
Ballon d'Or. Enti me Yes, I did not. In fact, in Canada. But that night, Estavao was the better kid.
Sure. I agree with Dr. Franco Naro. You can't lose against Everton and Crystal Palace in a row. I think we Manchester United supporters will be happy with just Coach of the Month and Player of the Month awards. Sir Francisco, Grace Light Educational Complex, Ahinma Kokobin News Site. Our.
Sergio, na me monitor the game between AS FAR, Meka Forces Ami Royal of Morocco, and Nadia Lali, Sergio Ewa Rabat. Sergio, monitoring the game, no mami jitum say, yen clubs in the sea Beji Africa, and you move in power.
Yen clubs, no?
Yes.
Okay, in clubs.
Yes,
Nah,
yes. Meka Ghana, especially.
Oh, okay.
Ghana, especially. See Beji Africa, and you move in power. Sergio, apart from the quality of play, Obeka, the quality of players on the field, the quality of coaches on the touchline. Sergio, the antics are a bad game no more. Sergio, antics are a bad game no more. Several controversies, several one. And Sergio, it was a game. It was a tough one. Honestly, AS FAR went to away in that game. Moko boy, younger. Echo lose by a goal to nil. So this game against Ali, they need a win desperately to make sure some make 4 points. And for Ali, omonunya a 4-1 win against JSK, Meka JS Kabili in omo first game of the group stage, you know. So this is also a game at least someone to me and lose, so at least it puts them in a good position pending the rest of the games, you know. But the key incident bemu number 1, the penalty na ekobai no. Boy ma a car Aliu Diensa. But say you from the close shot, you were trying to see say Aliu Dien was trying to hide his hand. I say Usien nsa on pese born ebe kaninsa. But the referee on that night, referee Ahmed Abdul Razak from Libya, said you have penalty na. You saw say several players of both sides eba on the penalty yard box anymore. So Sergio, look at the video. So yebebo penalty na Musen Borija ebebo penalty no. Several players.
Wow, this picture the boy is in flight too.
Mebao. Okay, before the yebebo penalty.
Go back.
Yes. Ka omonfa still picture no emfanto na dog before say Musin ebebo penalty no. Not only Ali players, not only AS FAR players, both of them.
Yes, this is the better picture.
Yes.
Yeah, you see them there. At least.
Okay.
And to win on said they should be retake.
Yes. So the referee on that night,
no matter the outcome, they should be retake.
But Uncle
Banisa. Referee Ahmed Abdul Razak from Libya said you on my controversies SEO game no too much.
Yeah.
Fast forward, game no koswa. Yes, Ali for one take through Trezeguet. But the game no koswa na fans no share through foreign objects. Eba pitch no so. And even one Ali official took the foreign objects no na wa peja nsa na o kire mo bia hu. Say we ade a fans na dey to e ba pitch no so. And say your game no koswa ye nyam point no. You saw say AS FAR supporters were throwing bottles and so at the back pitch no so. But I said you near bufu pa ni incident see prior to say game na ba na wie no. Ali for nya counter attack said you omo ko shegu. Ball no dru animu ya na AS FAR omo on the touchline of the ball boys no said you no mo the boss be no miensa e ba pitch no so. Na Ali nya counter attack.
Africa competition.
Yes.
Africa competition. Africa. Champions League. All right, 20
So you
look at that.
Yes. After a player no be as to back was aba. And all
this punishment definitely.
So you punishing. Punishment here na eska energy.
Yeah, we fine.
It should be right say be AS FAR some supporters here we are more from Zimbabwe. Say mo person mo jaya this is the kind of punishment is some of them.
An empty stadium.
Yes, probably. And also by one. But say I think say the one cause Zimbabwe baby and be more supporters no. Yem form call 3 in chen. Say you antics when you na ka on ema the be the Arab teams no mo win the Champions League no. Apart from some top quality.
But so the omumienu.
Yeah, omumienu.
But say Ali there.
Yes. Omumienu.
North Africans be no.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm tired these kind of antics. Honestly, the beauty of the game was completely met, and the game ended in a controversy. Yes, Ubo said that game no they at a point it up. That game no fair. The players on the day, Burija were the likes of Mohsen Mo, Augusto Canero, the Angola international on the back line of the AS4 team. He played very, very well. She Ali attack, Mohamed Sharif, the likes of Aliou Dieng deep in midfield alongside Marwan Atia. Trezeguet, former Aston Villa winger or taker, Emomo, the likes of Ashraf Ben Sharki, Said Ahmed Zizou. It was a very good game. But the controversy is not a bad game anymore. And the beauty of the game. And at Tuaso, last week, it was the game between Al Hilal and MC Algiers. And Seju, this week, yes, will be. So for how long na controversy? Okay. Me happy say yeah, about 2 games in T. For now, game BI or group stage name maso. This after AFCON. After AFCON. Okay. So your game back on so enya attention Rivers United versus RS Berkane. Rivers United are taking
Nigeria journalists no almost year Rivers United after the game no. Na me real crowd. Say it is our go crowd the crowd. Agro ni edi.
Say you with this game na victory no dey aban sa. Because Modikai she 1-0 courtesy and Ungu Kamara. But you were crazy, you were leading. No more training under 2 minutes. RS Berkane Atika Ede Bakun aka ho. Amana 2-1.
Me na time added on no.
Time added on wa. So you Kobane say Nigeria for journalists Mudika.
Say ade omo de year omo no.
Mudika. Already almost local player papa bia en shede ni. Unti omo yo game no. Nti say koka say yam from local players na ma super eagles omo say jam kai.
Yeah. Omo say me free local player bia o super eagles omo. Omo you useless.
Okay, chan tournament Sudan share mo phone.
But more or less, Rivers United. It's at the best. It's about the best club in Nigerian league, you know.
Yeah.
So now, yes. Any competitions, more body,
yes.
Now, if the best club on performance there, my friend play Biao Nigerian league, you go cancel. Useless. Now, wait, I'm gonna describe boys, you know.
Very harsh. Very harsh.
Oh gosh. Okay. It's not the core so.
But it was too unfortunate. And no, said you MC Algiers. Rulani Mukwena and then the former side Sundowns Asia. Said you not game so very tense. And no midfield play no. Na but said you Sundowns with team. Sundowns were very, very good team. Near me yan say with all this ning na omo ben since Petro G champion omo ben ya said you na dina nyene say. Omo do semi final. Why? Last year they were finalists, but MCO just did marvelously well. Now Sundowns enya 4 points because they won by 3-1 in the first game, and so a goalless draw. So Sundowns so enya 4 points from the games. You know, so far games are yabonyi na obeka RS Berkane.
Yes.
Minyamba Confederation.
Okay.
Minyamba Confederation. So ntina meka win. So okay, that leads me to WAC and Azam FC. The Aman Stadium in Zanzibar. So you quick passes from Tembi Kosi Lodge, then to Amrabat. He scored the group game now. Also, the Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca. They went to Zanzibar at the Aman Stadium against Azam FC in the CAF Confederations Cup second group game no and said you we know the highlights are Tregu Nordin Amrabat Sofian Amrabat near Penny and a share the goal no from Tembi Kosi Lodge that pass no and a buy no didn't left a ball born so that was how it happened and WAC are now having 6 points.
Kotokore has enough for Mosaka we are winning 1-0.
And then the big game probably a Kaiser Chiefs against Zamalek.
Okay.
Yes, and a big game. Game na among when say because was away to but a Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane.
Okay.
So Kaiser Chiefs had decided to say honum na mobile group game no. Key issues I want to say Gaston Sirino were more the last game against Al Masry. Owing to accumulated cards in T. A idea said you major say a bet idea bite to Kaiser Chiefs attack no. Ashley Dupiz Mo and Randy Nteta Mobewa alongside Silly. Unfortunately for Zamalek, Abdullah El Said Pra, but Hossam Abdul Majid and the likes of Saifuddin Jaziri will be around. Zamalek brepa in that game against Zesco. Omo brepa first group game no. They won by a goal to nil. Yeah. But the most important thing said 3 points now down no. They were able to get it after that first game. So the game against Kaiser Chiefs and South Africans a very tough one because Kaiser Chiefs lost their first group game against Al Masry 2-1 Egypt last week. So this game they face a must-win situation if they really want to make a meaningful impact in the group, no. Because Al Masry share Zesco United. Okay. So now Al Masry are taking the summit of the table. They are now having 6 points after 2 games because they beat Kaiser Chiefs 2-1 and Mosako Zesco United. Esako share Zesco United by 3-2 in Zambia. So the biggest game among those fixtures in the CAF Confederations Cup is Kaiser Chiefs hosting Zamalek, South Africa.
Okay.
So William Triste Conse after AFCON.
Yeah.
He will call it a quit.
Pressure on Sukra on Nigeria.
He will call it a quit.
National team one as a football.
National team, international career because no when so bet me a World Cup no. But unfortunately after the African playoff na so Morocco no, Nigeria ain't me any other opportunity. Yeah. So the only tournament I remain anaka AFCON. Only coach na nkasa were problems you. After leading the players in the charge for the bonuses, no. Until Obekaya, those 2 games against Gabon, against DR Congo, coach na manambo.
Yeah,
a lot of people read meanings between that, no. Until he is the captain. Niktine Yekra said the 2018 World Cup he was part.
Yeah.
When Timian Kokata in a 2026 year, no. Yes, Wotimi Abo reaching the finals of the AFCON, winning the best player of the tournament. Unfortunately, Nigeria and Timianji. Yes, it's an illustrious career. And for me, if he calls it a quit after the AFCON,
because he's 32. But I think he's one guy the Nigerians have not been fair to.
Oh,
yeah. They've not been fair
to. All manner of pressure to do.
Oh. The fans are giving him the pressure and all the old players, former players, when you leader, blah. The coach is also at loggerheads with him. And for me, he's been one of the loyal servants of the Super Eagles. I'm not too sure of Yawunukromo.
You're one Netherlands.
Yes. You're one of the guys that free Abruchri Bejoini or Libya. And I think they have not treated him fairly. Or Bruni mentality.
Yeah, Kevin Prince what you know.
Yeah, a Bruni mentality. So after the AFCON 32, you should call it a quit. I agree with him.
We a final whistle Jimmy Amemi na biade Bremo nsema hodo ekoso ewo wiase afa na nyina no na ebetra yi mkrankra na ebewie ewo manmu na ye twetwe nkoma mre no so ane agade aka na mamusuma bam na mo abekyerekye mo adwen dumienu pepepe na ye pegi mu ma news no enso ato aso de amaye. Good morning to you and your respectable crew. Sir, if you remember, I said here that Barcelona should not be counted among the favorites to win this year's UEFA Champions League. Because this is a team that fails to win games when they lose just one player. We've seen situations when Lamine Yamal doesn't play, and we are seeing it too when Pedri has been out. To be frank, in their game against Chelsea, I didn't see them have even a slim chance of winning. And because of this, Hansi Flick should sign more mature players. I'll pick Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Cucurella, Caicedo, Rice, Eze, Neto, Estevao, Saka, 7 for Arsenal and 4 for Chelsea. Sir Madiba, Mandela, Dadwin via Axim, Odiade Abre, I don't know. NTK Tuturbento, also the way every a year. I just so happy.
Tuturbento.
It's your couscous idea, friend. Tuturbento, you feel like the Stamford Bridge will fall under the heavy artillery of the Gunners on Sunday, led by B2 stealth bombers, Saka and Eze. The bridge will come under heavy bombardment, said that it will turn to ground zero. It will turn to ground zero. You, Sergio, and your Chelsea sympathizers will be left in a state of amnesia. West London has been cordoned off, and all is set for the attack. Go, Gunners, go. So what kind of
military officer?
What kind of soldier time? Okay, the soldier time. So do you man on it?
Because military jargons.
Now I'm in a whole time no. I mean, see apartments out there. Oh yeah, they open with so no. To Trubento. NTK Joso.
Seriously, person be share no one.
NTK. Oh, okay. Okwa no aboa no auto petrol afile oka na yo bibia afọ aduane esi oka bi na foni nkotoro so
nsuo de obema
nsuo fa nsuo ka hoko so ndim no oni ji kota rubber ho dey fine roka do betu dey ma wa no kai fa bibia ko NTK to Trubento. Good morning, sir. I know if a player takes off his set in a match, he receives a yellow card. Now, what if a player has a yellow card already and is being substituted, and when walking off the pitch, he takes off his set and receives a yellow card, which will lead to a red card because he has a card already? What happens to the substitution? I hope doctor will understand this question. Why did they buy one for the Ankamu?
But the question is well understood.
Faisal, UK. Anyway, Ibrahim.
Bra Faisal, substitution maso. Nti the oro na ta de no no yellow dada no be di another yellow. Na a red, ni in a film. Nti the obiba be jino the be man akotena se. I want to remember.
Okay. Kumasi Asante Communication Director Savuduku on Asante Kotoko not yet lifting any trophy under this current management. Quote, failure will be too harsh. Maybe it's because of the expectations and stature of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You can't always expect to win the league every season. But finishing in the top 3 or so cannot be described as failure. Okay, Sansemi and Ode Aquacoto Ega, Ode Enfanusia later, Ebeba na Yabesheni na. Mekasa Manfonfa Omo voices near the voice notes Mfa 059 323 1579 na NTT was my drink check a cransana a local source no aba jisebia doc who will be so the tuba ansana yakodia.
The only thing I Safwa Seminole can say they have not win any trophy under this management. Sana or no can.
Yeah.
League title no more win here. So much FA Cup.
Yeah.
Minimum say bet my President Cup ni Super Cup.
Yeah, be a league as
Toyota Cup na. At least league no more.
Yeah, league
yes,
no. All right. My entity voices no kakrai. Mo amode bae no semben na mo kasa fa ho.
Hello, Sir Joe. Joe, we are be my pious ni kwaso. And I'm a free. But your media kakra American say. They say Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You the blame my coach. Say coach na mo no modern. Matches draw near day. But your mummy and fast. Hello, Sir Joe. But Joe, we are be my pious ni kwaso. And I'm a free.
Sir Joe, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Mensume diane say Sir Joe. One Franco Naro. That pese me say Kotoko communication director no. Nsema ya mubisa no, me meti me bonjo so. Even though nyame na mechira mu de wose mu ye o. But the point is, na no hwe say Kotoko ne ha se bo match me convince me nam fo bebre de mo ko park. Emo ma ni baji se o medi machi akọ park. Ema ya kọhwe Kotoko boss. Na no yɛte sɛ basɛkɛ kɔtɔkɔ akɔ lusa ma basɛkɛ ɔmo abamabua ma ɔmo si stadium kora ɔmo nkɔ biem me na ma dada ɔmo si kɔtɔkɔ bɔɔl papa bɛn na ɔmo bɔ amayɛ yɛ a ɔmo kɔ house no ɔmo ani gye yi basɛkɛ hyɛ yɛ pɛ nwra ɔmo ka kyerɛ m sɛ mama mfrɛ mu sɛ yɛbɛkɔ stadium biem because team no a yɛdi akyire no yɛhu so yɛwie season a play bia kɔtɔkɔ bɛtɔ obodu kɔtɔkɔ a mehu ne ɛha no ɔntumi mbɔ bɔɔl no play bia wɔbɛgye din bia obodu kɔtɔkɔ a kɔkɔasa yɛhu ne ɛha ɔmo nti monka mo asɛm yie ne yɛhu deɛ twa mu paa sɛ ɛdwo medi de nurdin assalamu alaikum
Sergio, good morning. But I want to say, your family entry, my favorite crowd. Sergio, na sendi yantenenga, mpata bi obi a omi wa because ihe na pa o ya na ntie ye ne je pa nti me so wi obi a wo mi hu. Why? Because yantenenga.
Good morning, Sergio. Ono update ni nyina mchio bia. Departure your friend Dr. Punch aka Sir.com. Bekase free asifusu. Departure hasufu kunekotoko. CAF recognized CAP no. Wana aje dodo pa. Ebi se hasufu, ebi se kotoko. CAF recognized CAPs. Pacho mun obidi hu juma wa mia kasa free asifusu. Good morning, Sergio. Wano pandit ni nyina mchio bia. Pacho your friend Dr. Punch aka Sir.com. Bekase free asifusu. Pacho hasufu kunekotoko. CAF recognized CAP no. Wana aje dodo pa. Ebi se hasufu, ebi se kotoko. CAF recognized CAPs. Pacho mun obidi hu juma wa mia kasa free asifusu.
Sergio, good morning. Your Chelsea ni mekase fura bunu. Ano baso na for number high na mekase ye match pass number 2 ye na mekotwi omo. Nyame ya adom chena Arsenal for nso minimi se omo de meka meri no bo na so omo for us na won so bo nto omo bo omo Chelsea ye wini Arsenal ye shimo 3-1. Sergio, good morning. Your Chelsea.
Good morning, Mr. Kwarajefi. Pacho, Sergio Pacho, pese me bisa se situation 11 wise enemu no. Any problems among team to your players can. Is there any team in Europe na also a faces a situation we be na pese me hu. Let them see me. Sergeant Suave.
Good morning. So, but your friend wife, you don't have from a cowboy because I free. I'm watching Zungu. Me of a pan of ano, of ano. And see, if I show Kotoko Timino and then Yambo China, I'm goose pa, I'm a tray. Let's see, Mediama, Medasi.
Yeah. Na Doc.
You see, I mean, commenting on the Nipana opinion or Kasa or say, the Namfufubi or dead there or the Omoko Stadium, Kotokone has no. But after say Kotoko lose it to Basekeno, fans and Omo say team no, Omo Gorebium near day. Your mentality of supporting team no, different. Na until they be changing, a bear din kakra. Asante Kotoko the entire season without a single defeat. After one defeat, fans have reason to stay away. Your teams be brave, I near yet the supporters go to the stadium. Mejitum say more recent performances are no more chance a number of times to come to the top. And to me, anye. In fact, Kotoko performance in recent times and Shen crying because so far 11 games, 5 wins, 5 draws, 1 loss. Ubetima can positively said they've lost just a game. But in football, we draw bare 5 as a Chinese nema echo form. Now, apart from everything, we had the team 8 server. You could see there sometimes you may even want to sympathize with the coach say n'anim hɔnom na nkleke kyɛ sɛ hwee ni hɔ and kɔtɔkɔ season no bɛyɛ basa ɛberɛ a ɔmo leading maskman ɛyɛ Albert Amoa ɔmo free team no mu up till now kɔtɔkɔ nyaa replacement either sɛ team no replace no na goals free different angles aba anaasɛ certain individual bi ɛbɛma ɔmo goals na ɔmo de replacing no they are not getting it nti the sale of Albert Amoa has really affected the team negatively because the other strikers are not coming to the party. Kwampoku, Donsu, name them. Pitami Dubebo, but goes no Emma. Philip Amo are no more expected to be obepiki injuries near day. And I think that the other striker, no, I think Isaac Minta is also still out. So clearly the team is struggling. But I'm saying that if you're a football fan and also if you're a supporter of a team, then what you want to say team no call for my team no team na kosro by continue supporting them. On the issue of the PL bit, no, the current person can say yes. An institution like Asante Kotoko, I think if they can have a public relation outfit as a department in Kebebwa, Safuduku Kontonkro as the team's lawyer and the team's public relations officer, obviously will have a lot on him. Every communication person has a strength. There is no modern communication no eba achro eba emra de necessary ka de necessary nka ne ono susu betima kasa inspire nkrofo amadu omaba stadium do betima kasa ama crisis ono ma nkrofo akoma beto omuyam na bia asem na asin kroma jama na ka no. You need different group of people and share ene media outfit bebribina Safo has a strength. And I think that Usha Kotokope degree, now when you're lawyer to say Safu Duku as their PLR is good. But I still think that maybe he may need some level of support from other communication people because it's not easy being a communication person as an individual for Asante Kotoko. And I also think, say, Nansen, there was some communication I do, baby, now may I boring the mommy. The BS, Yemfa blame into supporters and this is so mama. Ejitum say supporters ba football nipa no one man de ope and one shining crown said the open no ban in sabeka a bedin so bebao, especially when there are other attractive stuff around the timer who expect someone sacrifice him rather. I'm thinking say first of all the management, the technical team and the playing body should lift up their game and the supporters should also continue supporting them. Who can say Obekasa Asante Kotoko Mponi can say, what about the other clubs? Both Kotoko and House of Oak, the supporters are not at the stadium. They are not there. But interestingly, team like Mediama at home games, attendance isn't yet that bad. Adriana, the attendance is good. And even Chelsea, it's quite okay. There are some teams that, yes, Omo Mubaba Bayarana, and Okre Sodom Golden City Parker. It become Bayama Broso. Because Golden City Park in Isha, a Fenny Parker Krebi, Ufa Osea Deo, a Jimambedu Parker, and also so Ode to Babayara, and Form Kakra, Grofwe be a Wokotoko, VIP hon may be and Pimpi, Honum Neyaman Crano. So some stadiums, a bit my, but they say a bosso and an umasun, and no measure Kotoko, you are measuring Kotoko against Kotoko of yesteryears, not maybe Kotoko against, say, a Chelsea or any other relatively smaller club, General.
Okay. All right. Our if you say na a good there was a week here and governed or inaugurate 11-member committee be can and lead Ghana a participation in 2026 World Cup no and so of Enterprise Commission if you know my agreement yes, referees no nya some get to Accra. Black Queens in general. I mean, Tuesday. and any England and
the
so
Three
about
Lions.
3 yes.
European Ghana Black Queens versus European champions.
AFCON bronze medalist against European champions.
The AFCON bronze medalist versus European champions on the land of the Europeans.
Okay, 11 wonders so I sure obia some betua players no eka coaches in the crowd no mudane come at the players no young apostles complaining officiating league matches no and so emu still asante kotoko twen say abedamo sika no and so ebe hit account and afi kotoko response to the GFA charges how they buy no emu minim response no ebetimi ahwemu kakra na nsembe no mo kade akire Ghana Football Association na response no emu ansana abedamo sika ne ade no sila manfo ka ho nsem kakra o se be pem ne sila ne sika ne hit account no mamu ko ji mi de ma yes Ali Bengazi and so yes nsem bebrebe kakra bi issues kakra na fi yemra league matches no so
okay general kotoko from penny for omo mo ni mere o ne kwa bi obefa so agi sika na free abeta or say Ali Bengazi for no omo nye ntem akwan ya player no fa so ko ye no enye nipa bebre abojo say o ben team no na team nsem na unnim ni na ekoso a o be agree with the management under the circumstances so moton player no but they should get the money as early as possible and ensure say betumi invest sikani bi and they improve the quality of the team. We are approaching December. January is just at the corner. Around this time, the business time. Many sure say and then we can check out the management say and starting players because is so glaring. They know say team here say be beefing it up and Sabre we now be starting negotiation. O train na December ni bookeva one we ada ho prepare be kwa akoto de pesa obeto na nsen ye tisa Metsimba Turi and the strikers be free Cote d'Ivoire eba it is said there is a striker coming from Cameroon. We don't know what has really happened, but I'm thinking say they would have to work and beef up the squad. On the air insurance package for the referees, I'm see you the uncommon. General uncommon paying for the dinner, but the other details we are yet to know. Say referee no sabiu or kwa kudi match no kunyan kwenshia no ye incapacitated like we pra inti se wontumi ni referee biom ebi mpo e teacher ni a wontumi ko di teacher biom a sika saying the wom what is innate yes say omo spouse and omo children could benefit omo yere or your bema or your bar ni kunu ebetima enjoy Sabi say oye bema ono ne koba ehwe ne yire ne ma enti insurance no a den poti ne wom at least this is idea and me feel say ye camera referees ni hu no obi ehu a for me adepa na hefe no no but I think that they can help us say to me hu nia etuamu a boy our Yahudi tuamu honum na make us referees no once the FA is doing their bit to improve their working conditions they should work hard and improve the kind of officiating they give us. Yes yajitum yeni AVL but ebrebi atwam there are several countries VL nino and the number of decisions they take are clearly you don't need a VL to assist you. Inti referees should up their game. Otherwise, before say in recent last 3 weeks or so, a Kamia say after every week, you had say instead of discussing the performances of the players, the tactics of the coaches, you will be talking about referees and their decisions. And I don't think say any good for our game. Inti say referees, with this, omutimi ema omuhumene so ewo honum minim se bia ye behwe games na nasa award be kan be
so you me with regards to Abetamwa and then of course Ali Bengazi ni koto konsem no doc questions me insane ba me trim. Number one, was it Kotoko that desperately need money?
Anna, it was Abet Amwa who was desperate to move. Anna Ali Benghazi who were desperate for a striker because Omonyamo first option. These are the three questions. And Beside na better say Kotoko bought an important game, an away game against Wydad Athletic Club in a second leg of CAF Confederations Cup final eliminators en route to the group stages. Now yen Koti Asejo after the 5-1 thumping of Asante Kotoko. Now just few minutes Ababe Toja say Kotoko every bibia. Ali Benghazi have the guts to post the picture with Albert Amwa with their jersey say Oma signing. Sejo a ball game new year 1 month almost 6 days up till now. Sikani Nyame too. So you get to ask yourself, say, what were Kotoko looking for? And say, Joe, the supporters, ADH, no more Kasem, tier management with this winner. Say, Joe, me honestly, I agree with them on that score. Because bad day na Obeton Wakuko be there around this time of the season. Wabra, he has been the one banging in the goals because at that point, Nakwame Poku was injured. And of course, Morifin Donzo wasn't inspiring any confidence. Now, Maniko, now Nyanji Scanner. People will get to ask the management about what went on with the decision to let him go without receiving the money.
Minim so bi ewo bibi episode etu edwa Heart of Folk any Vision FC ene na match no ekoso 4 p.m. pepepe Kumasi Asante Kotoko nyame yadma ochina 4 p.m. omuso ni mediema ewo Babayara Sports Stadium. Swedro All Blacks any Young Apostles nomiensa match no ebekoso Swedro Stadium. Baseke Holy Stars ebetwai Nations FC ewo AAK the second arena. And so ewo Nkrofo Gold Stars any Aduana and edi ebetai so the dende ewo Bibiani Dance Park. Bechem United and so between Hoho United ewo Nana Fosuji Abuo Park no eso sanso and Brekum Chelsea and Summertex and so dende Brekum Golden City Park no eso. Heart of Lions and Karela Ebesia ewo Pando Stadium nyame yaduma Edwada and 11 Wonders and afi Dreams FC almost the better so din Mejima dream kakra e de afa issues no and the matches na bekoso no na afi yaba never be ewo studio ha 0551444933 0551444933 with me afre na afi nsema hodo no de wadwen wadwenkyerɛ enso aba kwanimu kakra na afi yachi na yenso ye wie dumienu pepe na ejade aka ni nyina enso ede ama eye news for no dom de na aba beto aso awa Mohammed Black Queens match kesi o
yeah
me adma Tuesday
yeah a high profile game
yeah
na ohe Modimba Black Queens ekoda na di the recent women's AFCON tournament no and I think say we know as Ashase the AFCON qualifiers course beating Egypt and of course getting a high profile game like this in the Seju enye easy say obenya sa because we are playing against the European champions Seju England and the women's European champions tournament ye ko boy nyina Seju England na so if say maba wanu Grace Asante wa mo Portia Boache mo Evelyn Bedumu Comfort Yeboa Chantel Laka mo chance to play a game like this is very good. And now they played a game behind closed doors against Aston Villa or women's team now. And the Black Queens won by 3 goals to 1. And I think they will see a very, very inspiring result ahead of the game against England. We can't wait to watch that game. Seeing the likes of Beth Mead, Alessia Russo, also with our women now on mobile. Tuesday we have a game to watch.
Okay. My info for any kakra on the brain voices no kakra yenti kakra na fi emfa de aka no ento so emamu inti pages say ready a dey na manfo enso e kafa de kosu. Okay, yeah, train voices near ready na fi ya hwe eno so kakra de amamu. Messages say those who have been managing Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra Heart of Folk for the past 10 years are not football people and don't understand the game. I watch Zamalek and Power Dynamos game It was keenly contested, but it wasn't above Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, and Hatchofuk. San Francisco, and anyway, Abre. Well, also of your party most match, you know, Omini Zamalek. Omo level, no. And more Kotoko, ne Hatchofuk.
Obase Zamalek.
Sa no mo ye ya
Virtually
work modern way who you know ntisi and who modern morning ntisi you could share omo anya ginum nya jinsi ani ababoko
say you mu bi ncheda ntiase say level na before mu that's the main problem ye bi mu ye mi bunu mu ncheda ntiase say level na before
yes
because komo tiase a say you ka argument we nyina emma
but ono say so much no hwe no born na microphone na ibo no emuru de kotoko ne ha say bo ha say
this are the can time bia no we go show mo so ayintimi
that's it
that's o na o si tikasi area adwe a o say emre na binu no I'm just going some bodo
yeah
o say ayifo no work
be a 11 place
be a 11 place be a 922
yen to ye ni o meyi ye level no wo form a level no form but I don't know Doc, ANSMP.
ANSMP be pre. Football be bre within this economy.
Yeah.
And this any for appetite above from. For seeing say, and kibinya ubi to say in the shape of a bedman sembi bako has bako kotoko. Nanko mo a page 2 teams. So nanko mi no every mo be a kunya marquee signing be from even foreign from her. Nankibia ye local guys here makwa brochire bia nhyedam fama omi na ye timi so ni bia bekasa omo de 1 year loan bi ye ni tim na kokasa na obi anya 1 or 2 bi e de aba general the making it should be possible say effing ne be lead you so bi o oni aban because nan say aban na chese onya o discover football nanka kukuo mo support some 2 or I'm not going the China way but se kotokone has ni pija
or the Saudi way
kotokone has ni pija enkrofo be di echi because Kroma football fans or your Chelsea eso ye has ana kotoko na say na akofo mama ave de utuminya aduana only aduana fan but first no or your young apostola or your has ni a or your kotoko ni enti se 2 teams ni pija general I'm thinking we'll get there. And your pitches in any adeno, Sule Muntari mo, Ajimambedu mo, Ebaye no. Send your mo hesitate na ama and yet omo mabewi no mo fi no akomobio. Because here our cast was Sunday special, still a work a crowd. Me, I'm looking at Senka. The day you be. Nancy Wolfie, Nanka has a sign. You see the day would the ono home matches in Kwani Bemuabo. Una ye name our Santos. Inti ono ye kobo across posted oh they are going to the open and yanko general we should be able to do this has can bet me to paying for kushia the didn't in paying for say Charlie oh finance yin him say abruchire no e mo deal bet ma ba ma wako inti Andre bijirem kakramai I'm telling you say our ko ba no be any so awie say our ko na the playing mate ni dey ana
yeah did
what I say no be any so awie but the obey no ade na wosoro awakokura do fia na koye nti obehwe ne bia de de kura fe na jamadru time awakobai no nti ese adwene outside the box ne pekwan bia be fast can we scout around and they agadas confirm mo an shedan koyi anansen oye ne say you have started with Kotoko can they scan around the continent there are some players who free yakoya baby koye en emfa omuni namu we can strike some level of deal Bema ye ni sika ye kase ye fawa ye ntimi ebi a oni team na akoka wo loan omebo 1 season anytime on benya deal bia e bema wako na ye ma excitement kakra emrem football ne do ba bi ehwe ni din sometimes ball na obi bo no or bossing Ronaldo bebre enso obi ahu but Ronaldo bebo the same thing ade be chi no na oba bia ti sometimes o mo din kakra no e do ba bia eboa kwampoku ba back you know na yo na injuries. Because last season from January on, he was giving Kotoko the goals. Nancy monitor TikTok. I mean, who got Ghana players has former Kotoko has players are omo kwa mano ni omo share them mo enya bi mo TikTok eye videos eating komo bebre a good number of them we can bring them back.
Yɛbɛfa amanfoɔ mo views no nso kakra second batch no na yɛba bɛhwɛ league matches no nso moma yɛntie da ɔmode abrɛ
saa a team biara na complain sɛ yɛnkɔ stadium sɛ yo hwɛ one thing the time a police ni ɛto tuo de bɔɔ obiani na megyina hɔ mekɔ stadium akɔpɛ ne gye akɔ support me team na police ni atumi ato tuo de abɔ m'ani asɛe how adan ɛdeɛ na mayɛ a ɛdeɛ bɔ tutuo de abɔ obiani fine ɛno firi hɔ pole yɛ number one supporter sɛ gye wo kae yɛ number one supporter baabiaa yɛn so even pole kura ho ani gye kura ne yɛde kɔ stadium yɛtu kwan a mekɔ bi yɛbie bɛkufa biaa mekɔ bi nanso sɛ gye yɛhwɛ deɛ ɛtu pole up to now team owner ɛtumi a organize yɛ mekum obi team owner ɛtumi a organize yɛ mekum obi sisi yɛnte ho yɛ dante ho asɛm ayi biaa yɛnhyɛ dante ho asɛm papa biaa how sɛ yo hwɛ team bia bi hɔ mɛkɔ a me organize na mene bi a wife aba stadium nanso the day bi a yɛbɔ bɔ a meyɛ sɛ yɛkɔ stadium wife su ɛka kyerɛ me pɛrin sɛ ɔdɔ me kyɛn sika nkyɛ bibia ntimi try sɛ mɛde stadium no yɛhwɛ ball no ofie mɛnya kora mente commentary nso mɛpɛ sɛ ka mɛbɛ stadium ni abɛhwɛ so because of say esi a yɛnte hwee yɛnhu hwee how sɛ yo ana mmɔbɔ meda ase mewɔ nsɛm bebree nanso aha ɛyɛ mentimi yɛnka nsɛm bebree meda ase
ɛsɛ meyɛkum nnipa no deɛ adaberɛ aka mesrɛ wo ɛhɔ no deɛ asɛm no wɔ court nti yɛnyae ma court ɛnka saa asɛm no allegations ana amanfoɔ ɛyɛ ɛni nyinasoɔ biara nti saa asɛm no deɛ mesrɛ wo ɛnam voice a wode aba no mɛgyina wanam lawyer afɛ sɛ doc na yɛde ato dwa sɛ ɛyɛ allegation yes ɛno deɛ ɛyɛ allegation ɛni nyinasoɔ biara wobɛtumi de aka saa asɛm no yɛntwɛn ma court no in kasem no na yehu bepia no akosi yesrewa nti na de beka ho enso eno no all right yenko the next one yenti don so de aba
yenye voice enfamra na de bia enso ha ye efa agudie ne ho ne enso enkan yasem asejo de kakra ha me e has a fuck ni se sem has emode mbo e wo liga ye boyi ena wo de fukoto consumer mbo mo bo no liga mu a kotoko modern born e so kakra e chen house of folk nanso kotoko omaton omo key striker ye lodamo a but do kotoko a omo ho keka e wo emse second window e ba bebie what is kotoko e mbo modern assign strikers e do ma ka team no ho nanso house of folk aso ma relax aso ma da as if so as a team ni bibia ye okay nanso asibo match otum sa se twefo omo bre ye tie ne ye hwe a ya ne tie ya se na ya na basika no ne tie ya match ne hwe ya nanso has been for you na unti honkeka biara omo kika ho assign strike e da ka team no yesre ha so folk se omo ada omo nti omo ani the team no hwe ya team ne support ya yesre omo pa so omo se team no okay e ka team no enye kora nti omo improve na team no modern konani da masam no team se ma
folk for enso na almost lamentations no de to edwano na branche na okoye ne Alberta mu a enye Lord Amu a ono ye defender makuma sia sante kotoko oda ho eka team no ho yemfa ba mi no na miensa bi nka ho na fi yemesi ne po na yemfa league matches no ento aso meeting next one.
Sergio, good morning. Michia will know about your former tenancy. Mr. Mansell, Mr. Kanam, Bisani say, na GF nti no muntimi nye bibi amfa kotoko astane matches na moma na botwo to sa no muntimi nye bibi amfa eba ne sa na team no akwa Africa already in pressure or pressing na so oba na so no as team ba ko pe no bebo Wednesday abo Sunday obo Wednesday abo Sunday so be affect the whole team ni na there is a press ni plan no be paper nti GF so mo aye sa ne ma no wo mbra bi atwam a to muntimi nzisa ne ma mu kakra because I so man ye fair to kotoko.
Sergio Mestre Kotoko supporters, Albert ni. Wow, Albert. Sergio Kotoko supporters, omenye grateful kakra. Yabo 11 matches, 5 wins, 5 draws, and ya lusu bako. Monhwe abinide afem baby ya efe ebi ampanyimfo no na at the point meet me blame mu kakra. Wohwe Genia ye Ghana ha enje sa abrochi. Hwe Samra boy, hwe Wanchi, hwe baby akoko nyina. Yabo Wednesday ne abo Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. Players no sabi omo ye nipa. Wohwe injuries ne so abebrebe. Ama coach no they all know so oyusuo. They all know issue. Your defensive fine, your attacking machinery fine. Your method fine. But attacking machinery no problem kakra. Mr. Koto supporters. Coach Zito a very good coach. Omunya abotrema no munya abotrema team no. Odo team a okwa unyehima yenya no. Ujai team no unyehima chese sebi unye supporter papa. Mummy and Papa Bontanich. Said a second window, which many strikers are, which my people up the team. Said a bear team no, a bit me at their conquer. Best supporters no, or Munya Butrepa, Macosuto, Kotokodana Comaso, were a very good coach, Team Yantanich. That's
kakra bitimi de aka ho no emre no ekoyie papa minim doc kakra bi a de betu dwade afa amanfo so suggestions ahodom de ba no
General mamenye ni say dedi kan no kola na okasa fa eye kotokofana okuprai ebra ya kotokofana okuprai ebra omoto etu ball no stadium. I think the day near Augustine upon. You know, I mean, very well. It was on the 12th of January, 2020, Kotoko versus Chelsea, and at that incident, ACA. It didn't kind, and I Kwame Dankwa and Christopher Damenya, the then Circles executives. It didn't say Chia. It drew baby na Abembuaba. It drew baby Omoche Omoho. Then Safuduku and Nei. Oye kotoko lawyer. Esa kotoko PR at that time. Na onye kotoko lawyer. Eno decide so obeso abranti enimu. Na asem no odi enimu. Sika muku tuya konfa noche jeje hunkrata ni bibia. Fast forward a year about 4 years ago. That is on the 4th of February 2024. In a Kumasi court ne rule ye. Say abranti ene dibem. Inti Ghana police. Eni mpanyimfo mu si omuno. Omuntu sika 600,000 Ghana cedis emfa momo. With the other charges ni interest ni ade keka wona chese keka ko be 1 million Ghana cedis. General court di asem na wi ye bua Ghana police efo. So omuntu sika no emfa ma Augustine upon na otwika wahwere nani into ntumi drive bim. He's been incapacitated. Say ni pay bepim ne sika no yentua ma no obia yinani sakfu duku kontankro no ama wa try bia he say them say wa relax kakra.
So the Koja ministry.
Oh, the Koja ministry.
Yeah. I did in Kratani, I didn't na kokaho. It is up to the minister for sports and recreation.
Yeah.
So also ebidia seminary. Now I ensure say you be tiesikano at the ama branch. Say I buy say police are buying the abo police car. Say minister no bet me I push ya interior. The interior as a cabinet or wherever. I'm quite of us on Menyescaro. They are branch. Court they are the rule na babontie.
But me massive. I agree with you perfectly. Case in a D 4 years. 12 January 2020 na case ni see. Then February 2024 and stand a verdict ba abonte.
Okay.
4 years. Verdict ni ba ye no. We are in November very soon. Not just say 2 years in after the verdict. Omo entua sika no. Now we say awatwen ye wo say saa content corner de ne born ni no. Ono ene bia affecting no. It is driving people away from the stadium.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you ya okopra ye no.
That's true.
Hwiansi ono mpo de ni tie ya ma lawyer ni bia de animu aya ma akodi bem. Ghana ban se kelentua. Omayomani. Na sabio abaya ohihye mra. Police for say ka sabi omo mra no na ka eye mra no mpanyimfo pa. Omo hwe obi dimra dimra twetwe forma. Omo na sabio the police administration in me ekochi nipa ko.
Court abua police for.
Efo.
Abomoka. So
omuntuesika no. The police administration yi na ne ontua. Untumi nchi police car. Say me kwabro so ansa na msi mintua nka police for ba abechimi.
Then na de kwachi police car. So the police na kwachi police car.
Asem yi nyina ni o.
And now the police na kwafa police ejapade.
Akofa police for.
Ebe na ejuma.
But general, mu na mra mo hwe mra so. Enti mu de nkaye ya mra de emrenti na mo. Why are they not paying? And I'm thinking, said this issue, Kotoko supporters, any Kotoko management, any woman says so much original no more a year the day was asking well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that from the voice notes I listen to no, because of that action, it is driving people away from stadium. It is scaring people because of who say Okono Kopra and I say Bibi Kotuna, Obi and Kebi Mano. Ya come and I copy court a dear Semno, court a boo. Assembly.
Now we cry and I think I say to company for they say follow case.
They have to follow the case up.
No a lawyer. The Emma a branch in there said you two can you know.
Yeah.
With your lawyer be and no for tone.
Tone also. General Cow,
yes, Mayor Jumano, and the Emma branch in the free. Saturday Savudu Mayor communication later. Or to the baby no so no abeboa. Say the all boy are supporters now, almost as them walk out. Yeah.
So that our boy
also all boy no just and take communication that or no to watch for a bono boys at time no. This is the whole can I better than penny for no club no a shop sir.
Yeah.
Nothing supporters no so leadership no. Because Mona we grant someone come with you.
I am
yes. National, any regional circles. Didn't tell me when you are some way when I'm relaxed.
As a such a
man, from as a form, a co brand and whole conversity, no back one now. Some, no.
It will so Casado.
Some, not some no nipper back on a ginem and your verdict and your ruling papa, their man supporter now. Their canoe. Quabe na small fast with their boise, mobile was a police no between Scandama branch. You're saying any?
Yes, Nenia say. Let's say.
Simply, meaning the ODBC, if first as we who have a rule.
General, the call is that the Ghana police vote here, Nana no Madarma, Metiambetima Befamaco. But any day crying so. Mranum Fanya Juma, Namonia could drew. Sorry, say mo ko fan ko fo mu bu mra no so no so mu ni mra so na mo fa
wo no mra na diu
so
inti fine no esotua
mutua the Ghana police should pay na se twese sika we di ma brante we at least obi tinche obenya nkranhye say sabio krom ha mra ye adwuma nti ko se police fo mpo na ye sabi emra di o ma comply nti general
because the money involved in a huge
money. Yeah. A huge money. Me no can say for now the interest and other charges, it is approaching 1 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah,
and everybody is silent, and it is scaring people away from the stadium. Until the FA should even be interested. You see some of these things, and yes, we FA penny and now a penny beer over bontia boom. Pull the right strings. Yeah. Minister of Interior, Honorable Mutaka.
Yeah.
Painful when they are accessible.
Yeah.
Get to them and let's see how things work out. Let's see, said the money has been paid to the young man who went to the stadium and got injured.
Yeah.
And then Cransha Sembi Basse, Sebi in previous, how corner BB to cry a beer. O you know my common kumu. Crofo to Omukronum for say Momunko Stadium no me. Because we call an Angosiaga. ya twituo de abo obi ani ten n'ani baako ayi general olusi na dwumotifie oni kamafo o se ade eche obi nko stadium
the court processes ne duru bia ana enye tentems are duru bia slow pa
slow I agree
your poor lady oh you bet me dibe mfie no
poor lady the general issues of murder there enye ne china
wapa ebe tintin more
but we are here the assembly after 4 years ye dey we and period ananka the police administration was so be appeal no etwam enti there's nothing like appeal again. The next thing is comply with what the court has said.
Well,
yeah. You know, Abrante also can say Kotoko supporters no omunyi team na ye na no say F no omunhwe koyo omufa so teams ne kwa Africa ba na omunya outstanding games are omunhwe no. General, I have advocated, I've said this and I've spoken against how Kotoko was made to play so many matches. We are in November. A China game the month of November Kotoko about 7 matches. 7 matches. Even European teams don't do that. 7. On average, most teams play 4 games in a month. Odika Bocarella, which they won 4-2, played against House of Oak, which they won 1-0. Then, from there, no who said fatigue, not started in. Against Vision 0-0, against Adriana 1-1, against Young Apostles, they won 2-1 in Kumasi. A game they struggled. Then Samate 0-0, and finally beaten 2-1 by Basake Holy Stars. I traveled all the way after Wednesday, Basake. The Sunday, Obebo, one of the tough teams against Mediema, Baba Yara. I think they have to manage it. Egypt, they are no more time. How they protect Ali and their teams in Omoko Africa. I think that subsequently, and again, it's also about management and how they negotiate the trips. How they negotiate. I raised some interesting points about proximity, but I still think that Wabo has a vision. At least there should be a break for the midweek games. Otherwise, some fools say Ubo Sunday, Wednesday. And any effect be our teams in this war. In league in Kebebo midweek be injuries be now Kotoko for encounter. Some of them are partly due to packed fixtures. And I think it didn't help them. You know what I mean? Say Ibura matches in
okay, Yangana Yangre Nafi. Minima de Yanko quickly MC Malik in the way and so a bray. Or say those complaining Kumasi and Tikotoko playing 2 times a week. I shouldn't forget that if they were still in Africa, they would have been playing the same number of matches a week. And you know, on come blonde Sekotoko Bobia, say Omo African group stage Omokowa. And can number of matches number 1, and if you're going to be able to come more.
And there's a manager saying, raised that concern. We're free African or 3 outstanding games. So they have said, time any league organizers inside this thing and there is beyond their control. But we are only in the early days of the season where there are several weeks down. Until yen mu be a advocate say fixtures congestion and they say manin clear back this week. Next week no midweek for them. The subsequent week or another midweek no abo. Next week no midweek for them because only African into the issue of Nkano African man they are not in there. So African there then the circumstances and the situations do not allow the organizers to say obe separating. They are no more in there. So what is the issue of Senko Umwa? Only so that argument doesn't arise.
Okay. All right.
Media said you Mijina baby point na me raise 2 days ago no.
So no be a join who point that raise 2 days ago.
Me ka say efe na hu senior fixtures ne SCTA. Okay, Kotoko outstanding against Young Apostle or outstanding against Vision and or outstanding against Basake Holy Stars. Okay, in the wisdom of the FA, they saw Sekotoko Kobo game against Accra, Asofuk, 9th November. So, okay, Sunday only has no way Wednesday. Kaktenawa instead of Beba Kumaseno, Tena Accra no.
mpotemo na oni vision abo afi wa clear ho we are wa ba bebo ubo we in that game against Adriana no the subsequent game was a young apostle and also abo and FS and I say okay wow a game against Samatex say obeko Samatex e was Samra boy kwantintin a kwan hye yen was ababakde Katina Western region potemo any basaki uli start sebo.
Okay, but the doctor can say, you were several weeks ahead of league near the bebo. A dosu. Okay, into Dientina, Tintina, Jise, a twatwa sosa. Na kobo bako, I be 2-3 weeks. No kobo bako, na 2-3 weeks time. No kobo standing bako. Any engine is animal, mom, they bob was so free and aqua, mocha fatigue. Nim domoso can.
Yeah,
so the moma rush abo outstanding now.
Omo point based on said your Morrissey issues.
Okay.
But said you FA Cup games in Suho.
All right.
I know say babe add up to the fixture congestions of the leagues no. Me major say FA wants to clear BBR said the bear yen to BBR so be any outstanding game.
Okay, Samuel Leto has been re-elected as a FECAFOOT president with an overwhelming mandate. 85 out of 87 votes. Inti na and so no. MC Malik Ebus said, why didn't Kumasi Asante Kotoko ask the FA? There are reasons for their matches to be played later. Kotoko su kobo ni di na omoni problem bia and so ewa home. All right. Inti ma yankoi. Na yentie voices no kakra ene mo de mo ho ka ho papa sa na mpese me yere ne mo fa mo nwuram na discussions no mo fa mo ho enka ho kopim se dumienu no ebebo. All right, nesa pato no me bie o mbegi aboso pa o nko na ukoha omo a nipa be 5 na. All right, yentie we nsu kakra.
And because every sunyan fear pre. Watch my suggestion is other na Ghana Premier League no GFA no common set standard. Number teams in na so wouldn't mean to play a less than 2,000 and even more. Nanka tima mubeti me meeting no mabo Premier League no omo amuntimi no Sunday 2 teams mo beka mo ho abo na maye ba ko a se be benya competitive league. As a players in the year mo ho abobo ama yesu enya ball papa hwe madwenche na.
Hello, good morning, Sir Joe. Pachom Didi Fusenmoro from Barakese. Na me perceive who say yen Ghana Premier League season on the way now muguso mobono. So sabere first round nyensi. Se team bi ewo enya player bia oye only team bia as you fear and the random man kwan some bit my son because your players be or you good our system no ma among retire you good mu fear we follow moto so more you very active in the football to say the day you wakaso and Daniel Amati your potential say commit me boy my Ghana football na kunani ti me so say it's about time I was say bini wasa amon fon ship say the bebe boama in football no team na you want me for such place in membership because Kotokwana has them say you can some strikers omunya beat say the day ejina ni mu hana so boys ni ya juma say the way has for boys team pass basketball the kudo ni mu ya the debate ma ya juma ni nyina dan element ejina chiri wa obi ama ebetimi kra pay we am mu bi dem kra team asa back to the national team na me sense.
Hello, Sir Joe. Pacho, unya be ma pious ni kwaso. Na me ka se free. Pacho, media kakra America ne say. They say Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ye di blame ma coach. Say coach na mo no ho modern. Matches draw ni ade. Pacho, mo mi emfa so bo ni nyina mo coach. Free management. The entire America say ne say. Ya beta mo a. Enye coach na ton no. Management in a ton no and Columbia Mo League kura ansa na nkoma ton no ene ye blebeblebe oho match bi oho anko demu anka 2 goals ni ade de enko betimi kura shamayen announce ye ton nti ye nyu obi a o hye goals amayen enso e ba say ye lusu ayebobo draw no ye di blame ma coach enso nye coach na ton abetamo a nti yɛ supporters deɛ yɛbɛka ne sɛ second round yi ɔmo mɔm deɛ na ɔmo pɛ strikers papa bɛɛ mmienu ma yɛn ne sɛ akyea nso emu yɛ ne sɛ ɛmɔ league ne nwie deɛ kɔtɔkɔ yɛbɛtumi agye league no meda mo ase bebree bye bye.
Hello, Sergio. Good morning. Me pacho, lawyer Sofo Duku, na obidi aba no, mene na ya adwen. Wutimi busa na simbi, wo yi ano wo different way anka ye fans ye ni beji. But no the city ni ye bisa na wakatakata so. Basa emwa team no. O ebo no n'adwuma no, but emwa team no. Yɛnkase bi a ɔnyɛ adeɛ ɔyɛ adeɛ paa ɔno ankasa na yɛbɛhia no still but ɔmpɛ nkurɔfo bi nka no ho na ɛba dirty work ne nemanama bi ɔwɔ mu a ɔmbɛtumi aka no straight na ɔmo no nka na ɔno deɛ ɔsɔ ɔno n'adwuma no nti wɔntumi nka no ɔno mpantoɔ ma obi nka na ɛtɔ so mmienu nso sɛ adwo mesrɛ fans na nkɔ stadium no mesrɛ sɛ nka Kessben fɔ ntwe mo ho mfiri ɛno ho Babe na Sir Franco can asɛm bi sɛ England for protect omo league no. Ade a ya asɛmfin bi te sɛ mo se league no wɔ court asɛm bi wɔ omo nka because onka be gu league no ho fi. Ba ye ha media no. De be gu ho fi no ye ho time pa. De emu ho fi no ye ni ho time. Enti media no so ka ho bi na fans ne nkɔ stadium. O come say FA no edi sika enye ne na FA be di Ghana for sika Ghana for mpani fu from day one ye chechere Ghana o ma di sika sa enso jawula mutam no mu di sika so no ekɔ park na teams na hwe teams but no ekɔ park ba na media no ha o mu sika safa no na ama obi ti hɔ no nso ekɔ park o nso wagimi because media na kasa ma na nso ekɔ park ko wagimi for temi sere media no kamu betimi a Kessben for ntwom free sa life no say negative ayi bia no mo de be chirichiri mo a me hu se nipa so masi wo yesi mesre mo a de me so ma dwen kyeraro mo das
submission sa ebi ye deep papa ye kwaba emero na ebia mo de nsema bapa ehia discussions pa doc ese ka nya mre papa na ye hwemi ye papa pato no ba be gia boso sisi all right ye danim
But Ghana League there is special dispensation.
Okay.
Say bia Amatene Jordan they anyway no. Some person register mo transfer window no close kura. There is room for special dispensation.
All right, Baba Minko namine Albesia Jman on a PROD Emma Gentleman Dental Clinic. Yenuni Komo Kakra ba league matches no the Hunsam Kakrebi ebetu Ganafi Yapigemu ma news atwaso. Abetu, that is saying
Sergio me pacho me hoye me gidi
so
so
na ko pando me so hoye pa. Boy Komo Kakra Gentleman Dental Clinic ni na de bre na no pe.
All right. Dedi kan Sergio yemfa akonya we so Gentleman Dental Clinic from your CEO Mr. Efrem Pon and chia Ghana phone now we be our share programming or Kessben television so omo share no anamuti no Kessben FM so any other social media handles no so nyina the ye kan say chia obi anopai na quickly no and I'm say Gentleman Dental Clinic ye two ye ho asi ho say ye beye ya famudie san say ye called mandate ne say Ghana ni bia wo man mu no o se no ye beye ho adwuma na ama oral hygiene no etimi akosro enti ye kan se wo esen problem bia entena fie hwehwe ye kira kwan na ye nya wo se no ho adwuma emfama wo ye numbers no e display on screen so betumi afa numbers no me sorry betumi afre open direction aba clinic your Ghana ha ya place your branches no strategically nti baby bia wo bia no ye betumi aboa wo afeso so ye home service so ho ebia na situation bi ntina nipa no ebia o maame bi wo nana bi anase bia obi ontumi emba clinic a wo frɛ Gentleman Dental Clinic numbers na e display on screen so na in fact ye beba fie na ya be ma home care no nti hwehwe kira kwan na anopa ye pese ne amanfo esuade fa halitosis ho na ye ka halitosis a medical term for foul breath and I say scent say pampan ewo wonum eno ene friend say halitosis na halitosis no in fact the cut across nipa bebre nti emfa ho no obi on ma or other oral problems be to say gum diseases gingivitis obi okra na or cavities dental caries no eno mo ne ade but we no de e cut across nti obi okra ne sen a egu nanum no white ne se na fe but obiena no na okasa na scent efiri n'anum ba. In fact e basa na e ya na e ha adwen anti judgment dental clinic say wo sa problem ni bia immediately hwehwe e kira kwan yo Kumase Bantama Abepo Junction total filling station wo bomodia na hwehwe e kira kwan na ye treating farm sanse halitosis no factors are edeba no a dozen, but we no ya categorizing into two into your systemic factor and your oral factor. Na you systemic factor and say ubi hon mana problem no one yam into ubi okra ni lungs mu and I say certain foods bi ho odia to say garlic pneumonia de ubi say ema scent efri na numu eba, but obi so hana ne de no e woni tim bo a sponge tissue bi e woni moma so sa nti ekuro abansi wonya timukuro ni tin e ho ka eno so obi okwa e respiratory effect no nti ohome a obo se na scent ana pampan efri ntimu ba, but 80% of halitosis e wo yenum e kwan a ye fa so a ye di yenum no eni no. In fact ya na enkoye enti ema scent ankasa and I say there's this anaerobic bacterium I friend no Treponema denticola ono na okahoma omoye responsible for halitosis na baby omo tight na pa eye osene pocket no utit no in between nti osene ntem ho na baby a bristles no entumi enwurawura no eho na bacteria no etumi etena pa na face so no gingiva area no nti along baby a utit no ene o gums ni hia no sa neck no de aye u curves no eho enso so eye baby a bacteria ne tight na ho pa na utang no so ketrema no so se esu ye fi a eno so ema bacteria no etimi tena ho na omo breedi more na face so throat eye o minimum ho no eno so bacteria no etpe hot na pa because on say eno kra de etumi ema wunya nsusuaso ana say de friend tonsil stones no ye ka tonsil stones na ene say debris ye ka nuane a wudin de eye sticky film tentan na e ka utang no so no ana onum no obo say na atrapo ewo throat mu ho nti food debris ni nuane na e ka wachire no ebitimi trapo because throat na te say pipe eti enuane no fam na ekọ efa esophagus no mu na enter into your stomach enti say ebasa na atrapo with dead cells any bacteria and saliva enti etimi cloto na ayete say round nkitikiti bobu akwa etimi cloto baako cloto mienu ni ade enti eno ne friend tonsil stones no eti tambia no ubie wa no ekasa enam say this sulfur producing bacteria no eti ho nti no na ama scent efi wanu mu eba. In fact a good enipa enimu ase enti ehu behia say wo ho a bomodian na wantimi kra every 6 months bia na so tumi ko hu dentist na ye de friend professional cleaning no e de emaw na ose no e fa ne ntoma pa e de ifra sanse de bia e ka che o man for say wantimi kra every day bia no o brush o sia no pa bomodian say enwumre okoda wani ya hasa den o be brush because e ba ne sa no a e ma bacteria no acid na o release e wo ose no so no. In fact eno na etimi ema ose no e punchy holes ema unya cavities no nti se cavities no kaka ebe da osinimu a santokro no se wodidi a aduane ne bi ekohyehyem na se aduane ne bi ekohyehyem a epro ewo ho nti ema bacteria no breeding more nti wo se time bia no na ubie wa no na ukasa na face so no obi wono ma o xerostomia de bia ye cheche o man for se xerostomia no eye se wonum eye dry because obi ho no ma ne body no dehydrate ene se onye obi a otai enum nsuo se wo ye obi a ontai enum nsuo a on say o saliva gland ntimi produce enough saliva ema wanum no enye wet it is a wanum eye wet a wanum no efo a eno e flashe bacteria no ekọ oyefunu mu ana say debris nti obi odi aduane te say enwo bisa na obo say na ne tank no so na aye kokọ bi enwo no eda so but with time obo say na ni nyina efri so sana bacteria no a ewo wanum no ema saliva no e flashe. It is a wanum no eye dryer e ma bacteria no tumi enya breeding ground for se omube produce more into time bia no ubie wa no na okasa na scent na efri wanum eba ena afeso so no obi wo hono ma make say wa change toothbrush wa change toothpaste wa change mouthwash but still problem no eda so e persist eno ne ye ka say halitosis eye yare na say me fa say conditioner Jise yehwehwe babia ni root cause babia problem ni efi enti oba judgment dental clinic ye be clinical examination ehu baby potia problem ni fi na fe ya tackle problem no from there eba no sa no a ɛno no ɛboa ɛma yɛtumi etu aseɛ fast and I say very simple because obi wɔ hɔnom a na ɔno ankasa ɛyɛ ne self test wowɔ fie anaa wotie mi ɛwɔ radio no so sɛ woyɛ obi a wopɛ sɛ wohu sɛnea wokasa gu nipa so a pampan a ɔte a woyɛ self test a wobɛtumi ayɛ fa saliva kakra ntasuo kakra bi ka wo nsa akyi manframa kakra bi ɛmfa so ne hwi ahwɛ saa sɛnte na wote no ɛno na wokasa gu nipa so a ɔte in fact etumi breaki relationship bebree ɛno ne bi a wo colleagues adwuma mu ɛnom ne adeɛ obi yɛ awareɛ mu nsɛm ne adeɛ because sɛ wobie wano na wokasa yɛ na nkɔfoɔ ɛma wo gap kakra na nipa mpɛ sɛ ɔno ɛbɛbɔ nti ɛma wonya psychological effect na ɛde brɛ wo no ɛti yɛ na onipa a ɔmotae wɔ halitosis anaasɛ scent ɛwɔ wɔn num no in fact yɛ na sɛ obi a onim sɛ ɔwɔ saa problem no tem bia no ayɛ na ɔyɛ careful kakra nti ɔno nkwade bia na social distancing na ɔman nkrɔfo gap wo ne obi kasa wo sɛ na nipa kro no sisi ne trase na sɛ ne nsa ne nam ne hwene so asɛ o protect ne hwene no asɛ bia wa no in fact ɛyɛ na ɛha adwen hwehwɛ judgment dental clinic ana obetuma frɛ wɔ 055 913 9582 055 913 9582 and 0549 906 588 0549 906 588 because obi honoma na ne tank no so no because ideally no or set tank no e look pink but obi odbambo se na ne tank no so no na aye fita na eba no sa no a na kyese bacteria no ete so it is a oh brush wo sen a enye the number of minutes a obe spend e wo brush no no eno ene bema kyese oh practice good oral hygiene nemom no obi honoma o brush a bia be 5 minutes 10 minutes even o enamel no kra na o say no eti kai se obeba judgment dental clinic akonya wo ho se sikasem pa ye bema opportunity mo tua no enkakra ye numbers no na a display e wo screen so no enti se o hwe me free Kumase ene ne environment ye wo Bantama Abrepo Junction Total Filling Station o oko Accra ye wo branches 2 ye wo Nungwa ye wo NDC party office no ye ben Nungwa secondary school no ye ne party NDC party office na direct opposite Dome Kwabenya Atomic Down roundabout ye branch no bi e wo ho afi so oko Techiman ye wo Market Magazine Road no so ye ne AY Ahmed ene direct opposite afi oko Koforidia Gentleman Central Police Station no na ebon ho pe takrade e banchase Tadisco down aflawo ye ne Eco Bank ene wo the same building no mo se oba temale ne environment ye wo Tushigu ye ne Central Post Office no phone numbers no e wo 055 913 9582 ana 0549 906 588 bra na yenye ho adwuma emfama idamase pa
Yesu beda wase ye papa Albert Siawa Jima PRO di Managerial Dental Clinic mo for numbers no na mo ne omo eni enkomombe boa ye papa na sin ho we ehun ehia ye papa Kumasi Asante Kotoko is playing a crucial game tomorrow against Midiema, one of the league contenders, and not a single communicator from Asante Kotoko is in the studio to call supporters to the stadium. On Monday, they will come and accuse the supporters of not attending the game. Why anyway? And so by Pfizer and Pejaway at the Abre Pfizer UK. And the by Kwame Osu call quickly, I'm sure the Anona Yemetwaso na impedimu. Doc makes my day. Joe, is it not unfair how people are missing or deliberately ignoring these matters of fact eloquently stated by Doctor? It's crazy to play 7 matches in a month. They are humans, and coupled with the fact that they have a lean set of players to choose from, that situation will surely have a negative impact on them. They cannot cheat nature. Nonetheless, the weekend is red. Warriors never walk alone. Mfa home better obia na monhwe na monkomoko. Wo na monkomoko na modiere nkoya. Please narrow. How many players did Kumasi Asante Kotoko register this season? Mind you, they knew they were going to compete in Africa, League and the FA Cup. Did they really think about the transportation system in Ghana? Fatigue and injury shouldn't be an issue for Kumasi Asante Kotoko because such things always happen. Michael Abebiu, name and the way are brave. Or birthday Bakubia
Yes. What do I make Eric Kakari, a friend of Brazil, and a birthday. Formerly of Ash Good Communication Team, now working with THB in T Brazil. A very happy birthday, Abraham ni THB team and I'm Moses and Tribuneful. Okay, PJ. Say I wish you happy birthday.
Alaji Mama Sally and Free one Chibanda line so Eba girl and then a birthday today marks yet another milestone in the life of one of the Eves of Ifuro dynasty. Happy birthday to my second pleasure as a proud dad, Hajia Hawa Al-Haji Mahama. May the Almighty Allah continue to bless you for the family and humanity. Happy birthday, Hajia Hawa. On this note, and I PG Muma News no at 12. So the live commentary everybody after matches nina and so I may adma beside Abti and Kepi Major de Akram.